let's be real, this hero's pretty
Actually, this hero can do damage. Yeah.
This hero can do
wild.
crazy stuff. So if it's going to be anybody, it's going to be him, at least in the early game, making these cool type of moves, getting these cool cog mini game plays. I'm honestly really interested to see the Warlock because I haven't gotten to see it pretty much at all in competitive. So I'm just curious to see, what build he's going to go. Literally, is he going to skill Shadow Word? Is he just going to go Fatal Bond, etc.? So looking forward to see what Fishman does with this hero as well. Because he kind of got a dream game for it, right? He picked a Warlock and someone picked Enigma into you. I think the only time in the past when you see a Warlock is when you pick it to counterpick something like an Enigma. So let's see how it goes down.
We're looking for some first blood action by the looks of it. Quest smoked up as we get into the first game of this best of 3 up in the upper bracket. So you lose this game, lose this series, you're still going to have a chance, of course. But as I say, that chance will have to be taken against Team Bold down in the lower bracket.
Now we have so many exciting games. And yeah, I really in particular see how these lanes go, because I've seen this of Brewmaster, and actually Brewmaster plus anybody
TI13, he may just be dead here. He's already used his Shakuchi and getting tripped up by the barrel from DM and the brambles of Kataomi. And will secure Entity that first blood.
This lane is probably one of the strongest, I feel like. I think I see Brewmaster and Skyrath, and then Brew and Willow in the high-tier pubs just win every single lane. So. Oh, no, I'm unsure if you're talking to me because I can't hear you.
All right, I think it was not on your end. We're both back now.
Okay.
I was also out for a second.
Okay,
we're back.
cool.
Hopefully you ladies and gentlemen can still hear us. But anyway, continue. You were talking about how strong the lanes were, top lane.
Yeah, so Brew, Willow, Brew overall has been a super strong laner. Willow, extremely powerful for anybody who's been playing the hero. And then on the flip side, though, Quest does have a really strong lane, right? The Weaver, this hero is insane. You're pretty much a level 2 hero at level 1. So overall, TI13 should be okay after this first death as long as he plays careful with the Shakuchis, but just has to be careful with them.
Oh, absolutely, I can get punished heavily during the downtime between those.
This is a very kill-heavy lane. Even Ducalis at any moment could die to DM and Katomi.
Looking at the other setups, down bottom. We're sort of seeing a side have a tough time here in this matchup. Is there going to be any pressure on Watson, or should he be able to pretty freely farm on the safe lane CK?
It depends on Omar. I think Warlock might be able to make it so Watson doesn't feel the pressure, but if Omar gets level 3 and he gets 2, if he hits him with 3 cogs, we'll see what this hero can do. So I would say the Fishman should be able to, but I've also just been surprised a lot by Clockworks.
Top lane, Ducalis. Just going to drag back the Brew for a moment, but also has to be careful navigating around these brambles, and will manage to dance their way around them. But, definitely
looking at the side lanes,
how careful they've got to be up here, Ducalis.
Yeah, I think looking at the side lanes is all we really... Yeah, mid, I think DK is going to have a very good time, should have just extra denies over the Pango and just win that lane. So yeah, these side lanes definitely going to be the ones to watch for these kills. And let's see how many denies. So besides, Omar, if he's able to get kill threat onto Watson, this is the thing about the Enigma. You get so many denies. And Warlock, just you watch him hitting these, it doesn't do anything, so...
Trying to lead in onto Watson.
Do.
He's going to hold back Omar with a quick stun and Fishman channel. Stop them from being able to get on top of the CK. Top lane, fair bit of damage done there to DM. He's going to have to get himself out some more tangos. Good harass from the 2 of them.
Watson is going to struggle a bit. Just this clock Enigma is just too strong at being able to get all these extra denies. So yeah, lanes, at least the 2 side lanes definitely look like they're going to be pretty good for the side of Quest.
Trying to do his best here with the chase down onto Fishman. He's able to get the cogs in. That's going to do it. Traps Fishman in the cogs. Malik's able to come over and provide the damage with the Eidolon. So Quest, they'll get themselves a kill on the board.
This lane is so crazy strong. Enigma just in particular, just the damage reduction you provide for allies.
Top lane.
People just can't run either. Top.
Trying to make a go here, but the Shadow Realm was at the ready. They'll get the glimpse back onto DM, and with the bug upon him, he's going to take heavy amounts of physical. He's gone.
They're doing such a good job up here.
I mean, absolutely. As you say, I think on paper, this is not an easy lane for Dire to play, but getting kills like that and getting the farm that TI13 has, it's a very hot start for Quest. Safe lane.
Weaver, baby. One of the strongest heroes in the patch for a reason, able to get these secured CS. Now he's got some levels, he's got extra points in Shukuchi, so should be fine versus limited stun. Even though he did die the once, he's getting a ton of denies up here. So yeah, exactly what they wanted for Quest, and the lane's looking good.
Definitely got through the first couple of levels where things can be the toughest in that matchup. Shouldn't face too many difficulties from now on. Other lanes, bottom lane, a complete free farm here for the Enigma. Having a beautiful time in the lane.
And DM is slowed down quite a lot here after that death. They got a double pull off top, so he actually lost not only the wave from when he died, but he also lost a secondary wave, and they're making an aggressive move onto him. Can't quite punish. Either way, he literally lost like 3 waves just now. Really brutal for DM.
Mid lane matchup, of course DK with the edge, but I'll be honest, I've definitely seen Pango's fare worse against the DK, you know what I mean? Like no one 27, you're getting the 27 and 3 here new against no one's 29 and 7. This is good stuff for the Pango. Dealing very well with the DK in lane and not getting too many creeps taken away from him and denies.
Level 6 soon going to be hit on this DK. Let's see if we do see the rotations come out. Warlock, not really one that rotates too much around the room. We could see Willow make a move over to try to set up for no one onto Noob. But I don't know if they want to leave their side lanes. Yeah, Watson at this point now doesn't even want to walk up versus the Enigma. Now that Malik's got these levels, Clockwork has level 2 cogs, it's definitely scary for Watson. So Warlock overall, I mean, I thought maybe something would have changed with the way that he could pressure versus Enigma in the lane. It's not. So far Enigma just able to dominate this one. And here we go, those rotations coming out. Even the Warlock making the move over.
So he gets lucky with the rune spawn. It's going to be top, so haste rune for no one.
Haste rune, and he's got his catapult half HP, and he's got his 2 supports with him. Definitely going to get a fair bit of damage on this tower.
See how much they're able to
limited mana on Noob as well. He's got a roll and 1 spell.
That's kind of awkward. I mean, he does have the 2 supports with him, but yeah, same to be said for no one. Not a clear way for them to start some. They're going to try. Omar's coming in with a wraparound. They're going to Thunderstrike the cogs down onto no one. Does leave a good angle here, and in fact, with a rotation with TI13, they'll definitely have a solid chance of bringing no one down. Another bounce across with a Rolling Thunder. They'll take out the DK, and they'll look to chase for more. They're able to get the catch onto both of them. The TP's outs are going to be there, but the cogs are ready to put a stop to Fishman's escape, at least, as Quest, they'll pick up the 2 kills as they turn up in their numbers. And TI13 heads up move, of course, from him there to get involved straight away. It was absolutely required to provide the extra bit of damage to be able to get those 2 kills. And all at the same time, bottom lane, Malik continues to love life. You know, this sort of whole minute of play, leaving this sort of Enigma and CK in this 1v1. I mean, Malik, he's more than happy with that. It's a tough start for Watson this game. Top lane.
Super nice
DM.
Coming up
He's going to get glimpsed back. He's going to be able to turn to look towards Dakalis, but Noob's in with a rotation. DM, can he finish Dakalis off? He can, but it will cost him his life. So, again, Quest continuing to make these better trades in the early game. They're up to a 3K lead already at 7 minutes in.
Is exactly what they wanted to do with their draft too. They've already taken bottom tower. They have drum. They're going for these early game items as well too. That's going to help pressure. TI13 just treads Dragon Lance, no funny business. Yeah, really solid start right now. Anthony. It's going to be a bit of a slower catch-up here. Who ended up getting the Wisdom runes as well. Okay, it was a 1-for-1, but Fishman's still only level 3 on this Warlock. A very, very, XP-starved tier on a hero that does require that XP a lot. Not seeing any varieties either, so no Shadow Word. He's just doing the old-school Warlock stuff, so it doesn't seem like he's changed off of the buffs of Shadow Word.
We'll see. I mean, yeah, the next sort of point in which things could maybe change for Entity is going to be when the 6s are hit. But as you said, it's a while away from that top. TI13 and Noob joining forces to get aggressive onto Katomi, and maybe even DM as well. DM has got the split at the ready if he feels pressured. See if they're able to force it out of him. He will indeed pop it. And maybe with the back of a Fishman, look to see if they can get anything in return. They're looking towards Noob. No one's able to turn up. We'll get glimpsed back, but he's already done the damage required to be able to set up and bring down Noob. They'll kill off the Pango. Entity able to punish Quest aggression a little bit there, getting themselves the kill on the mid up top.
To be honest, the glimpse actually helped no one. Maybe they could have gotten
guess
like,
it
a kill
did,
on the
yeah.
disruptor,
That's
but
true.
like he actually just gets put right back in mid to be able to go for the pressure. But now actually, Malik's here.
Oh,
Maybe it didn't help him.
Oh, indeed, they'll get the glimpse back. And like, look at these moves here. TI13 from top to mid to top to mid.
Got him.
He's not missing out on any of the action on this Weaver. Make sure to get involved every single time. He's going to have the Dragon Lance done. The progression for all 3 cores of Quest continues to be absolutely fantastic. You look at the net worth of these 3 cores, having a perfect time. And yeah, just not missing a beat in this early game, any of them.
No, super fast rotations, good lanes. This is exactly how they want to play. First 10 minutes, it's looking to be very nice. They're going to get a good item timing on those first set of items. The Pango is going to be going down that Echo build, the new build, of course, for the Pangos. And yeah, the level 6s are still a bit away there for the 2 supports on Entity, so definitely relying on those a little bit to be able to fight back here. As I mean, Watson, he's going to have a long time to be able to recover in this game, and with the other lanes struggling too, could be difficult for him to get involved as well too after all this. So already 4K lead. How's the DK's Blink going? I think that's probably when Entity starts to feel a little bit more comfortable to fight back. Blink and the 6s on the 2 supports, but Quest doing a great job of keeping this pressure up.
Maroon. Denied by Kataomi. Going to get the glimpse back onto him, straight into the cogs. No escape for Kataomi. Quest claim another. 5K lead here, 10 minutes in. Now playing super fast. It's going to be tough to slow them down this game. And Noob, he's already looking for more. He's got the Rolling Thunder at the ready, and he's going straight for Fishman. He gets a little bit of a funky bump back there on the rocks, but hey, it works out. Allows him to cut him off on the escape. Picks up a second kill out of the action there, taking out the 2 supports. And just continue to make sure that it's going to be quite a while until we see a good golem from Fishman. His levels continue to get slowed down.
I love it. Like, I want to see them build these nice early game items, you know, these Solar Crest, Max, whatever, you know, just early tempo to be able to continue this pressure and dominate the map versus Entity. It's perfect so far. Yeah, the drum and the blink, Malik's got that already, I mean, almost online. He's 600 away from the blink dagger as well, too, so. Yeah, keep it up. I mean, they've got ultis at the ready. They don't really need to slow down. They can keep controlling the map quite well here versus Entity when Entity's supports are just still not 6. It's 11 minutes in, and they're watching them, so they see Kataomi in mid. They know where they can go and put pressure on. Really nice moves. This is the Quest that I was hoping to see, honestly, because we mentioned it before the game. Like, they struggled a bit, at least 2 weeks ago. I know they just had their recent league that they played a couple days ago, and they kind of owned it. But yeah, it's good to see them have this early game, especially versus Entity, who's kind of been crushing, at least what we saw most early games. So,
and I tell you as well, the sort of the build up from Quest heroes and with the items they go, you know, with this Deso build on TI2000's Weaver.
I like
he gets the shard after it as well if he wants to. Of course, in between him and Noob, they're going to have a lot of multi-target kind of armor reduction physical damage, right? So suddenly these Brewlings or the Phantasms from the CK, they're going to die pretty quickly, especially when you consider just how far ahead Quest are already in their item progression on their cores.
Yeah, initially I was a little worried if Watson was able to have a good start, how big he would be versus some of the damage, but he did not, and they have great ways to deal with illusions now at this point once they start getting these levels. The Pango, once he starts getting more and more, the Weaver once he gets the Sightimization. So, yeah, you can see Entity quite on the back foot here. Kataomi's still just trying to find that level 6. They've got the DK Blink, so now they can start to look to make some plays, but Quest is very oppressive on the map. Look at their positioning. 4 in an aggressive position. TA2000 playing by himself for now.
No, it's a super fast game so far from Quest. They're keeping it up, not slowing down one bit. Last Entity struggle to try and find some sort of space and time to get their heroes online. Top lane, see no one join forces with DM to be able to turn over the Ward Zone Mar. They'll bring down the clock. TP comes in from Ducalis, but there is the numbers this time around for Entity. So Quest, be careful about entering into this sort of fight. Fishman at the ready now with the 6, has got the Golem. We're getting close to the territory now where Entity, they can look to fight. They can look to try and make something happen here with their ults.
That was probably one of the first mistakes that they've made there. I mean, trying to go for this one without the disrupt. I thought they would have the disruptor TP right after or something going for this brew, but he's trying to do cog plays to burn the mana, and then no one just gets a free TP in and gets a kill. So they have split up now also for the side of Entity, so definitely at the ready to be able to fight now a little bit better with those support 6s too. Quest though, ults are coming back up. Let's see who they're able to catch. Who gets these initiations is going to be important. This hero still will die early at this point from just one jump. No one's got the Midas queued up. I mean, he's probably still feeling like he's like, uh-oh, you know, we may have messed up this early game, but we do have a good scaling track. Just have to get to that
absolutely.
point.
Absolutely. It's yeah. This is a game that is for sure on a decent time of Quest. You know, sure, they're not going to be out of it completely if the game goes late, but for Entity's side of things, they would definitely prefer it to go late. It's going to be a point of they want to get to the point where their cores are unkillable, which is still on the table. They're just a lot of minutes away from it, and they've got to get through a lot of tough times because Quest, with this sort of lead against them, if Entity take a bad fight, Quest will clean up quickly, and they'll also be able to push objectives quickly as well.
Yes, Roshan, etc. Right? They have the Weaver, they have the Enigma. These objectives will die very fast. So yeah, definitely, Entity needs to start to find some things coming into them. Because yeah, I mean, the thing is, too, is Quest does scale very hard into the later stages too. Especially if they keep momentum, they keep lead. Weaver is an insane hero, right? This hero scales like a monster right now. Watson.
Oh, look, they've got eyes on him. And they're in with the hook shot. They've got him in the cogs. TPs are coming in, but there won't be any saving the CK as Noob's able to set up as well over onto Fishman, getting some lovely bounce backs there on the cliffs. Getting multiple hits there with the Rolling Thunder. Very nicely played by Noob.
Seeing the power of this Pango right now. 6-1 and 2, the first pick. He's dominating the game. Now they're able to take the triangle over as well, continue pressure on the map. Entity's map is very small. Wondering if this Midas is going to end up paying off or not. It's going a lot down the route of a lot of greed for Entity. A Midas, a Radiance Brew. It's necessary, it feels like, because of the way that the game state has happened, but this feels like it's just giving I mean, Quest can pick and choose whatever they really want to do right now, how they want to take over the map, whatever the objective they want to take, and that's the Deso pretty much done for TI13 to accelerate things.
Yeah,
damn, yeah. They're playing really well on Quest today.
Oh, they absolutely, yeah. Entity with their builds, they're playing for the mistakes to come out from Quest. So
yep.
We'll see if those mistakes do occur, because if Quest continue like this should be, you know, on track for them to close up this game one pretty nicely. So
agreed.
It's going to have to take some mistakes, and so far, as you say, we're not seeing a lot of them from Quest. Very clean play so up to this point. 16 minutes, 7k lead.
And blessed with an amplified damage. So Noob, I mean, this rune now on this hero is even more ridiculous than it somehow was before. So an amp damage Rolling Thunder is absolutely insane nowadays. Just told me.
Sorry, mate. Ooh. Now just in time. Nice attempt there to try and put a stop to it from Amar. But Amar won't be able to get him.
Amar?
Amar. I said Amar. I know it sounds very similar in English. Amar. Oh, wait until we see them go against each other. That'll be fun to cast. Anyway, Noob. Oh, you've got this attempt coming in from the side. I mean, it's a three-man black hole, but it's still going to end up with Noob going down. They've killed Fishman, but it's just a bit of an awkward spot that Quest end up sort of being forced to take a fight there with that attempt to start things. And now Entity, they can look to turn it into more. They'll turn for the chase onto Dakalis, and indeed they'll bring down Disruptor as well.
Okay.
One of those sort of mistakes that will indeed be punished by Entity. Quest, they can't allow for those.
That's a huge mess up there. They use every ultimate too. So Entity's able to get a good push here. Let's see if they can defend. If they're respawning quick.
I mean, they're going to try and fight. See if they can get no one. It's a fair bit of damage from TI13 with this Deso, and with the cogs control, they'll get him. Noob back in action.
Okay. TI13 gets some good clean. I mean, either way, that's a pretty big slip up there from Noob. Going for a solo play, gives up three pretty big kills. Who ends up getting those last hits as well, too. I don't think Watson got any of the kills, unfortunately for him, but his teammates get blessed. The Radiance is done. So, Quest, be careful you slip up like that.
Quest, I'm going to try and see if they can make a jump up top. DM, no primer split for 70 seconds, obviously, after that last fight. He's out with the TP. Will they have anything to stop it? They don't. Quick escape from Entity as they avoid the swing across from Quest. Quest, now they can look for Roche.
Yeah, they can make a nice little rotation up there. They should be able to have this one free. No ult available on Entity. No one. Be careful in the mid lane right now. Or, sorry, Noob in the mid lane. Be careful.
Got the Rolling Thunder off. This time he'll be fun. But only just definitely risky. It's making that sort of move. Anytime you sort of farm that area of the map, you're taking massive risks.
Yes.
But Noob, he's not afraid to take them. He gets away.
You know, I love Noob, but sometimes he does do these over-risky plays for me that it's just like, oh my god, dude, why? Like, you guys are in such a good state, man. It's okay.
It's true, because this game for sure, it definitely feels like if they just keep everything kind of cool, don't get too ahead of themselves, they've set themselves up perfectly. You know, the beginning of this game, the setup from Quest so far, it's been top tier.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially just the Weaver. Yeah, he died the early, you know, he died the once in the first blood because he just made a mistake with Shakuchi, but after that, the lane was dominant. They shut down DM. He's cruising toward victory right now. If he gets his BKB online, plus let's say like Lincoln's or something, maybe could even be a choice versus the DK stun and everything. This is gonna be a very tough Weaver to kill. So, and he's got tons of damage. Should be able to shred through these tanky cores. Just still have to be careful not to make those dive plays. Don't make those solo plays too much, Noob. It's an entity. They are prepared for those turnaround plays. Ults are ready. Look, they want DM.
DM top. Can try it, maybe the hook shot on the Static Storm. See if there's enough time to allow TI13 to do the damage. It's going to be close. It's not enough damage. DM's able to get the ult off. And they're now able to turn. They get the jump forward from no one over towards Dakalis. They'll be able to take out both supports there for their effort. That one, you know, an understandable risk to take. You feel like you can maybe do it, but the Static Storm, hookshot lockdown, and the damage from the Deso. But under the tier 2, it just wasn't quite enough, Fog. They don't get the kill. It cost them a couple of lives. And Entity, they continue to revel on the kind of the over-aggression from Quest.
And they're gonna look for more because that was quite a bit used, so they can look to fight back. Haste Rune on no one. By the way, that was, I don't even know how many evasion procs from DM. I want to say like 11 because he was in the Wind. I believe he was Storm Brawler plus the Radiance, so they missed like crazy on him. He just tanked everything there. And yeah, they're hitting again. No one with the blink. Malik.
Oh, Malik, he's been found. He has been found. It's going to be another one for Entity.
They're cruising back into this one.
Noob, he was considering about going for a Rolling Thunder attempt onto DM, but I think he knew even if he hit it, probably wouldn't have the chance to kill him. At the same time, the Tormentor gets taken down by the rest of Quest. They'll be able to find that Noob. He's going for the TP out. Is Cat's only going to see him? He is not, or if he does, it's too late. So Noob, he'll get back to safety.
I saw the long TP, another mini heart attack.
I'm playing on the edge here, Quest. Things have started to get a bit more complicated after that smooth start. You know, with these sort of slip-ups and the fact that Entity, they did build to sort of play for the later sections and scale into this game nicely.
They built
now
for the
they
greed.
themselves, they'll be able to get the Tormentor, no problem. Maybe
Fishman?
Big problem for Fishman. He's dead. I tell you what, he gets the shard as a reward. One of them was going to die.
He crit. Did you see it? He got the Chaos Strike crit, so boom. See you later, Warlock. So you deserve. Stupid Warlock players. Yeah, but Greed definitely kicking in. Midas has paid off massively for no one. The BKB is actually finished already. Level 14. Sending some good timings. Ult's back up for Quest. Bruce Split also back up. Golem up at 30. So could see a clash here.
We're going to look to DM. This time, can they take him out? They got 4 heroes trying for it through the Static Storm, and they will. They'll get DM this time. No chance for a split.
If he lives a little longer, they perhaps look to take that fight. They're actually smoking up perhaps anyway and maybe looking for the wraparound. But Quest is also doing the same thing. How much time left on Aegis? Still 90 seconds.
If Entity can get a sort of a catch on the back lines, it's going to be pretty good. And in fact, they're going to find it. They're in with the jump straight away. The Golem gets dropped down. They've deleted the 2 supports. He's able to pick up the Arcane as well. Malik coming from the side. Towards Watson, he's going to drop the black hole here to control the CK, and it's enough to allow them to take Watson down. So Quest will be able to hit back and take out Watson and Fishman. If they can chase out Katomi as well, they should indeed have him. He's got no further way to save himself, so Quest will be able to swing across quite quickly to put a stop to that play that Entity were going for. So not ending quite as Entity may have hoped for with that smoke move. Sure, no one survives, but they do still end up feeding away some more golden XP towards this very scary TI13 Weaver.
Yeah, a little bit of an over-drop there. I think the Golem and everything, I think they thought that they were running into like 5 people, so it's this huge clash, and then the Golem actually has not used that properly. Malik actually gets an angle for a black hole. It looks like Quest actually kind of read that play. I saw Watson was actually pinging the fact that they maybe had a ward near their base if they saw the smoke or something. So Entity perhaps thinking they were going to get a better wrap around there. And yeah, no Golem. Malik gets the free jump. So definitely have to watch out how you use Golem playing versus Enigma, who has Blink, and now pretty much does have the BKB finished up afterwards, too.
See where they want to go with this. Yeah, they won't have the Aegis, but as you say, some other great timings to play with. They've got their eyes on top, seeing if they can go on to DM.
Again, are they going to catch him?
They've got the Static Storm. Have they got the damage through this brute? They do.
They do.
They got him again here. So Quest, now with 45 seconds to play with and no DM to worry about, they can get back on with the push. Sure, they say they don't have the Aegis, but they're still feeling very strong, especially in a 5 versus 4 situation.
A couple times now they've caught DM like that at the start. I think like 2 or 3 times. He lived one of them and turned things around, but he went for boots of travel. So again, more greed, and he's squishy because of it. They get the catch on him.
See if they can find maybe a setup here with a glimpse. They're sweeping over with the smoke. How prepared are Entity for this? TI13 trying to find the vision. He's got eyes on Fishman. Got the rocket flare, and that'll do it with the glimpse back. Fishman, he's gone.
Easy.
Noob already.
I look how I love
the trees.
I love seeing when teams play like that, where they get a quick kill and then they just like the immediate swing across the map, because you know the Brew is probably like, even though he's under farmed at this point on DM, he's still so important that if they get that big kill on him, there's no way the Entity's going to be able to take a fight even versus 3 people. So they swing with just 3, find themselves another pick-off while they're also farming on other places of the map. So Quest, again, now reestablishing things back for themselves. But Entity still have their ults at the ready, still have that good farm, especially on Noah, and they bought him a gem as well. He is still getting that scaling, but now the Brew is starting to fall a bit behind again.
Alec, using around with DM. To see if they can get him back with a glimpse, but DM, he'll have to put the split there. Doesn't want to risk the threat of being dragged back by the glimpse into the potential follow-up from Quest. So that's the split forced out.
Love it. I mean, Quest just poking and prodding. They're forcing DM's ult, killing him if not. TI13 has his little Crystallis and he has this amp damage. He wants to try to find another pick-off here, but Entity playing a little careful.
Carlos, he's having to deal with the split chasing him down, but he should be fine.
It does last an eternity.
TI13, I mean, he does so much damage here. Poor old Fishman. I don't think he's going to stand much of a chance. Goodbye. Good night.
They scouted a secondary hero, too, with that ward, but we'll be able to get away.
Kanomi! Oh, my goodness. He's out in the midst of the cogs there with the TP. See how hard Quest want to go in for the high ground siege. With that black hole threat. Again, they don't really need to take the risk. They've still got this. They've managed to regain sort of that comfortable lead that was slipping away a little bit. They can play the map, maybe hold out for the next Roche.
Look at Omar. Is this him just prepping for DM already? I do. Look how ready they are for DM. Every single one of these ganks is hitting.
Oh yeah, you're right. They're swinging across for this. And DM this time
he
round.
TP'd 5 seconds in advance.
And he's got no split. Omar fully controlling and buying all the time in the world for the rest of the team to head over. They've got the glimpse back. DM.
What a play.
He's going to be going down here. Not a safe part of the map. As you said a few times, DM has been the one to get jumped by Quest.
I love Omar. Honestly, his clockwork is definitely looking really good. I love when he plays his Rubik and stuff, but this clock is a menace. I think I've just seen this now I feel like I just watched the same play 5 times. Him catching DM while his team runs up and catches up, and they either kill him or force a split. And immediately, they make the move bottom, too. The 2 supports just constantly making moves around. Entity all positioned around bottom. They have a fresh BKB on Watson.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
How long on Roche? It's a bit of a quicker spawn.
Yeah, just under a minute. Quest, they can very much set up for this one. Entity,
they
they could look to try and tackle a team fight. I don't know if Entity will necessarily let this Roche go for free. They pretty much got their ults ready. They do have that solid team fight as well, but the threat of the black hole has to be respected, and Fishman, as you say, he's got to be ready to put a stop to it.
He's got to just sit in the back. The problem right now is that they're under, like, with the advantage that Quest had from these last moments, the ward vision is excellent. Look at the coverage up top. They have 3 different wards to try to scout out the move from Entity. Yes, they're smoked, but they're going to probably know exactly where they are right away after that anyway, as, he just breaks it, actually, and just kills the ward. So they're positioned kind of perfectly. They know where the side of Entity is too. So Quest is just, they're ready for this Roche fight. So eyes on Fishman, has to get the cancel.
Yep.
And yeah, let's see how this clash goes.
This could get pretty brutal for one of the teams. 5-on-5 here
Yeah,
at
it looks
the top.
difficult for Entity. Let's see who gets the
Nope.
wrap around.
He's going to start things. He'll get him with the opening rolling thunder on towards no one. No one's still able to put the BKB, but TI13 in as well with the BKB, trying to do the damage to bring down the DK. Omar's got the control and with the hook shot, they brought no one down. DK out of the fight. Turning into a 5v4. We'll see the standings over top. Malik jump in with the black hole. Doesn't really catch a whole lot of, doesn't really catch anything other than a few illusions, but it might not matter. We'll see if Quest can continue to clean Entity up. Omar, he'll go down to the damage of Fishman. And what's that he is indeed having to do with the fact that he's got 4 heroes surrounding him. I don't think there's any way out for this CK. His Quest, they'll clean up the fight. You know, good black hole or not, it doesn't matter. They're still able to take the team fight, take the Roshan.
Yeah, they actually didn't even need it. They just went onto the DK. He ate tanky. TA2000 has way too much damage. Just actually rips right through him. And then the Pango just runs onto everybody else, so. Okay, looked like Entity maybe can get like a wraparound or something, but unable to do pretty much anything. Quest just completely prepared for the fight. And now, TA2000, who only died once before the game clock started, 9-1-9, a full Satanic on 20k net worth.
That's pretty wild. I mean, in the past as well, TA2000 he used to bring the Weaver out sometimes, didn't he? I seem to remember his Weaver. This was one that he did.
Not so
like
much because the hero kind of like disappeared for a while because it just wasn't a great carry, and then now with all these buffs, yeah, I mean we're gonna see this hero a lot. Either to support or more positions.
Yeah, I think in terms of what I've seen anyway, in kind of other regions and games, I'm just a little surprised they did get let through in this draft for as long as it did. Particularly because of its flexibility. You know, this is a hero you don't mind picking up early in the draft, I would only imagine.
Especially a team like Entity. Like, we saw Fishman first picking it for himself, and instead this time around,
that's true, they respected
the Warlock and left it. So maybe some stuff going on there. Maybe him trying to like try different things out, but no, this is an important time to just win the games. So Quest definitely being pretty thankful that they got this Weaver, and with the way they've been able to play with it, I mean, yeah, they set it up for success.
No, absolutely. I think maybe there was the expectation from Entity side of things that top lane would have gone a bit better. Which it just didn't happen. Right?
It was a sequence of like 3 things that happened that really screwed over DM. It was how he died, he lost a wave, and then they double pulled. So he literally lost 3 waves, and Weaver free farmed during it. So he went from like having okay CS versus the Weaver, I think he had like 10 versus 17, to having 10 versus like almost 30 of the Weaver afterwards with the full level advantage on the Weaver. So I mean, that definitely hurts, besides a couple of those deaths in the mid game, but...
Oh, there's a gem here. Wait, hold up. Wait. Oh my goodness, he nearly had him. Oh, what was that gem doing there?
Was that from earlier? I guess so.
It was just a gem chilling on the floor.
They bought one for...
They
bought one for no one earlier. Yeah, they bought one for no one before the fight. That's how they got the D1 initially.
But Fishman was just standing there. Did he not realize? I guess he didn't realize it was still there. Fishman, he didn't know that he was just inches away from reclaiming his lost gem. And not reclaiming it, nearly cost him his life. He does, of course, get out. Yeah, unfortunate there. Could have maybe got his gem
DM chase heroes to the base. Chase the Disruptor and Enigma back, but in the meantime, they are losing towers. So Noob, kind of cool build. I don't think I saw... Actually, I need to look a little bit more on the Pango builds that I've seen, because I saw a lot of variety from them. But this is an insane... Look at the minus armor that he could apply in an AoE, right? It's minus 18.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
And then,
so besides that, on top of the Deso, with the Weep,
the
oh
bugs,
my goodness.
It's pretty wild. And now with the Daedalus on TA2000, if he comes underneath you with the Shikuchi, gets that mark on you, he pops out the invis, the gem, it's just going to kill you. The Geminat's going to tear through any of these heroes. Managed to keep this advantage, played at this lead way. Entity just haven't been able to beef up the way that you would expect that they would have hoped for. The early game just went a little too rough for Entity. And their only good moments this game have really been the mistakes of Quest. Outside of that, Entity haven't really been able to do a whole lot on themselves.
100%. That's literally what I was going to say. I was like, the only plays that they've had comebacks was literally when Quest made these solo plays and they got, they got killed because of it. As no one caught in a dangerous position.
He is. He's got BKB. But of course, they've got ways to go through that. He knows he can't TP out as well. They'd have ways to stop it with the black hole threat. So he's out for 70.
Certain damage. Yeah, I like this. I like this AC build quite a lot. I was looking and just checking to see if there was any like deviating builds from what we saw in the past. It's, you know, there's still like the Bashers and Octarines and stuff like that, but yeah, there's some ACs definitely. So yeah, cool build that works with this team nicely and with what he's up against. 15k lead. Feeling very comfortable. And yeah, the Weaver getting even more and more luxury items. The MKB soon on the horizon to deal with any of these bits of evasion. As Watson's farm hit, all three corners is just completely stagnated on the side of Entity, having difficulties getting out. Fishman having to just upheaval farm, push waves out.
See how ready they are to go for the high ground push quest, as they do have only the 20 seconds left on TI13's Aegis. Not that that should bother them too much. Definitely in a spot when if they have their ults up, they could look to get in and jump that high ground.
Definitely. Fishman. Whoop. Whoop.
Oh.
He's on. Hello.
Oh no.
He's gonna try to do the spot.
Or the juke.
spot.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, he's out.
Oh.
Well, he's only out for so much because he's still got that TP on cooldown for 30 seconds.
This is the mini
And
game.
now he's back.
Go
Oh, is he
Fishman,
actually
go
going to get back
Fishman,
out through the twin gate?
go.
He's able to make it. He's going to be back over
Meanwhile-
towards the bottom half of the map. The question is whether this bottom half of the map is any more safer, because Malik...
Oh no, he led them to DM.
Indeed, he kind of did. Malik followed Fishman through the portal and then was like, oh, well, screw you, Warlock. There's a brewer here instead, and just ends up killing him.
Oh, he knows.
Tell you what, Dakalis, he knows
found
exactly where he's going to hide. He finds Fishman, and Fishman, in a fit of rage, drops down the Golem. So that's Golem wasted, and his life gone as well.
Did it just electromagnetic repulsion it into the? It just pushed it away as well.
That's exactly why. I mean, I was kind of, the Golem. How did it slide over there? But
I was like, what pushed it, right? I was like, what the hell happened? I thought the kinetic pushed it for a second.
see ya,
I was like,
Golem. And at the Golem, it's very dead. I think there's a lot of Eidolons. Run,
Go Mal. He's got a blink stun. He's got it.
kill it.
Creeps.
Dead.
Aww.
Bottom tower.
Easy gold here for Malik, and now the push comes in. I mean, there's no Warlock, there's no Brewmaster, and even if there was a Warlock, there wouldn't be any Golem to be had.
Nope. Close up and ready.
Oh,
Lots of money. No one's
that's
gonna
a
cut
quick,
this.
that's
The
a quick
sneaky
jump. Very
Oh, it
quick
worked.
jump there. All right, okay, TI13, you weren't ready for that. I don't think anyone would have been ready for that. They didn't expect that whatsoever. You know, he's like, well, they've got 2 dead. I'm ready to start hitting the base. No one. He jumped. He says no. He puts the no into no one there. He says no, and he's instant jump. That was so cool. Yeah, TI13 has to take a breather, take a drink. It's like, whoa, okay, he got me. He got me good. You know, what can
I think
you
we
do
see
there?
we see those at least like once or twice in all these tournament kind of things. It's like when a team is very ahead and they just like walk up the high ground, right? And the other
Just
team's
bam.
just like they're all talking about it. They're like, if they go up high ground and they're split, you know, we have to jump and just go for the. Yeah, it happened. So it happened. 50 seconds. Good capitalization there from Entity. Gotta get some good farm at least on the map. Much needed ones. DM BKB was finished on his way towards Octarine. Getting some time to at least get that Golem back online. Because Golem was down, so that could have actually been like a Rax push there set up there for Quest. So
Oh, yeah, I think they certainly were thinking it was going to be on
Yeah.
Quest. So it wasn't to be.
Tower is under attack.
did he live to see another day? Live to get themselves at least another set of items. And
Or Fishman.
are they setting up on bottom?
I mean, Noob setting up on him, I think. Oh, goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh,
welcome
no.
to Pango later game.
Yeah, I think
Look at
Noob
his
having a
physical
smile
damage.
about that one there. He's loving it. He's loving the patch. You know, this man, he loves his Pango. And
Just look at
time
the
and time
numbers.
again, it's always looked like, and I think Valve themselves have thought, hey, you know what? We've finally nerfed him. We've finally done it. People are like, yes, you've finally done it. And then moments later, a few days into the patch, they haven't done it. The hero's still fantastic, and Noob,
No one.
he's playing it beautifully. No one, he's gone. Now with
Yeah.
now with
Look,
no
an
one
instant.
gone.
Another one.
Look
DM.
down towards DM. DM's got to run. He has got a BKB and the Primal Split, so he's got multiple ways to try and escape from this.
Look
As
at
he
the
will be able
damage
to
that
walk
the
out.
Wait, what is this? The shield crash alone is doing like
Wait, what do we got?
500 damage because of the minus. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nothing. I mean, every time I see it right now, it still looks a little surprising just because it's so much physical burst on this hero now. Especially once you start getting these talents. I think this 20 talent is absolutely crazy. The fact that it gives radius and damage. But He just has so much. Once he starts getting items, you know, his damage just starts getting really, really crazy. Yeah, I'm just like I'm imagining in the games also like let's say like Watson when he uses Phantasm. Dude, I think the Phantasm just dies in the, like 2 shield crashes.
It definitely does. Yeah, they have so much ways to clear through it now with the speed that they have. Lincoln's is done for TI13, so next time, and as you see here, he won't be caught quite as easily.
Success. We fixed it. Everybody loved watching Pango. Let's watch him some more.
I mean, if this game continues as it's looking, I don't think we're going to get to watch him next game.
Probably not, or at least like
I
maybe
don't
some
think they'll
better
let this
solutions. You need to have. I don't know. The Warlock. I'll be honest. The Warlock pick was definitely the weirdest one for me in the entire draft from both sides, but the Pango kind of just dominated. I don't know. Like just kind of just. I don't know. It's just so much barrier. You feel like you're unkillable.
Yeah, I think when you look at the drafts, I think they, Entity, they definitely expected an easier time mid and top as compared to what they got with the lanes.
I think they didn't expect these lanes to just go like get completely crushed in 2 side lanes, but okay. Smoke up, Quest. Malice.
Does he get her in time?
It dies so
it's
fast.
Going down very quickly. Yeah, but you said you were doing the maths earlier, so over -20 armor between the two of them.
Yeah.
I mean, close to
and a full
maybe
Aghanim's
-30 once the bugs start to tick in.
Full Aghanim's not for Ducalis, so he's got a freebie.
Oh wow, that's big.
Let's see, I'm gonna do the quick math. 18, 25. I mean, 25 immediately from the minus armor, right? And then it just goes up from there, so. I want to try to save this one for a core, but they'll have to just take it in.
Fishman dead. Yeah, it's got buyback. So if the necessity's there for a golem on the high ground defense, he'll be ready to jump back into action.
Noob has a lot of gold to spend.
He does. He's just sort of, he's capping himself. He's like, well,
what does he want?
I don't want to be too OP.
Basher.
He doesn't want this hero to get nerfed. He doesn't want to look too crazy.
Okay, he'll eat the Aghanims, and we'll see what he does look to go for afterwards. He's got his 25 talent. He'll do the opposite. Okay, that was kind of the sensible one. And he's got, amplified damage with this Rolling Thunder. Watch how much it does when he connects with these targets. Right now. Need to kind of hope for an overextension, get a good golem to stop the hole. It's a lot of different things they kind of have to hope for here at this point. DM is sitting on 6,000 gold as well on this brew. Okay, full refresher now for the Enigma, so maybe you just have to kind of just deal with the hole. You have to just accept the fact that it's going to come out. Maybe you can cancel one of them or something, or you just get the initiation yourselves. Difficult for Entity to see how they want to pick and choose these fights. No one still does a lot of damage, to be fair, so does Watson. If they're able to get attacks off, is the question.
I guess the question is if Entity, or if Quest, are going to wait out. There's 3 minutes. I mean, I guess if Entity, they just sort of had to wait for them to come to them, is there no point in trying to take a fight into the Aegis?
That's a difficult call. Walking blindly into like high ground and stuff is just always very complicated. And it looks like they're going to try to at least take the risk, maybe get a ward down, try to take a fight around a vision.
This is quite a big risk, though.
Yeah.
But they got to, they got to take their chances. The game is not in a good spot.
Yeah. Can they catch? Maybe they find a catcher. They see the rocket coming from left side. Tormentor dies. No, they can't quite go for it. DM is sitting on 7,000 gold. Oh my goodness. Quest. Gathering up. Just gonna bring up the current gold tab for myself because people are holding on to like 7,000, 5,000, 4,600. So a lot of gold just unspent.
Wait, is that all on the side of Entity, or? Oh no, we see it.
No.
Or it's a deep hook shot. Turns straight away to completely dismantle the 2 supports, but the static storm's already put down, and they have the black hole. There's the first one onto the DK. going to buy time for TI13 try and bring him down.
TI13.
Timeouts, but he's caught in the fear. Katomi coming
No.
around. The hole is there, but does it matter? TI13's dead for once. He's got the Aegis. He's going to be back for round 2, but once he's able to get the PKP off, turns and tears through Noob. See if they can get more here with the spy back for no one. They're chasing out Malik. DM with the split, has the damage to bring down the Enigma. Now they'll look over towards TI2000 and Ducalis. Ducalis did buy back for this one. And catch them with the Brambles, jump forward for no one. Ducalis, he's got one glimpse to play with. He's going to bounce down to the low ground with the Ogre Seal Totem. Gets him in a bit of a trickier spot to get to, but Entity, they'll continue to chase. They'll lay down a sentry, and they'll find Ducalis regardless. So, give it all Entity. Are able to push back the efforts there from Quest, hold the defense, keep the racks alive, because did cost them 2 buybacks and expensive ones as well. It was both DM and no one having to buy back for that defense.
Watson was able to, hit, honestly, pretty much the entire fight. You saw him being able to do a ton of damage. No one got pretty much everything focused onto him there. He got pretty owned, got to be honest. But they get a good follow-up, and they throw the Weaver up in the air during the entire second black hole, I believe it was. Or he was respawning. I didn't actually see which one it was. So no follow damage.
Yeah.
It was the Aegis? Okay.
We'll see
so they get
some
pretty good follow-up. Yeah, some pretty good kills that they're able to at least get with this type of position. Watson insta-kills Omar.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, good jumps from no one as well. Start the fight, just immediately deleting Ducalis. And then at this point, as you say, the black holes from Malik, they come in. But at this first point, where he's caught by the stun, there's the Aegis sort of going. So it's a lot of time in which, during that lockdown, TI2000 wasn't able to do as much as he's hoped for. And then at this end point, DM's able to chase down Malik as he's thrown TI2000 up into the air. So no chance for TI2000 to start trying to kill the Brewlings. At this point, it's full retreat. So the buybacks have to come in, but they do push them back here.
Did you see the damage? I actually didn't even notice the little bits of that. I saw we pulled it up at the end there, you know, Fishman's damage. And usually I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, it's, you know, your Fatal Bond's doing good. I think that was the Eldritch summonings. I don't even know how many he had because of the Eidolons and stuff. Like, I saw a lot of imps popping. That's all I know. How many was it? 16 of them. Okay, yeah, so I didn't see that
1,300.
I was like, where's this damage coming from? And I saw these little imps because the Eidolons. So, okay, pretty cool. Massive amount of damage that he was able to get out there with him too. So, okay. Got to keep watching these setups. As you said, did it cost some big buybacks? They now did spend that gold that they had sitting on. DM bought, I believe, a full Aeon disc and an Octarine after not buying anything. And he has a 25.
That's a lot to just turn up to the shop and pick up.
Yeah, they did just pick up quite a bit of items.
Day.
And they've held the high ground to be able to continue the scaling. And now they do have the AoE Dragon Tail as well that we have to point out versus the Weaver. So, okay, maybe some hope there from Entity on the high ground defenses. Difficult, but hope.
It's. I mean, they want to try and go for something. Quest. This is risky. Entity, they're prepared to fight as well. They've also got their own ultimates.
Black holes are ready. Double black holes are ready.
Oh, hook shot into the back of his own creeps there, and a static storm onto nothing. The two supports choking a little bit here on Quest as Omar's dead.
Entity can run at them right now. Let's see if DM
they were
someone.
panicking big time. I mean, they got that creep wave good. They got their own creep wave good, but they didn't get the heroes. Both ultimates being whiffed there pretty hard. Out of character as well, considering the top stuff we were seeing from Quest earlier.
Quest looks like they're going to pressure the base, while Entity looks to pressure mid, at least for the moment. Backdoor is active. Oh, the catapult! The hero catapult! How much health does it have? 8 HP! Helps him take out at least that mid-tier 2, but top getting decimated.
Top's gone, and he's going to force back immediate TPs. Jump forward to Carlos. He's going to get caught. Tano post supports out. See, Malik's maybe considering coming back in on this. TI2000 stepping up towards no one. Malik's going to look for a good black hole off the back of this move. He's in at the back of the fight. He's being able to jump up, take down Katomi. They've killed out no one. And that's no one dead for 2 minutes. No buyback. Watson turns the Chaos Bolt over towards Noob, but he's able to dodge it here with the Yule Scepter and get the blink off back to safety. Quest, they'll get the big kill. They'll force out another buyback. And outside of losing their 2 supports, they'll be able to reset and prepare to maybe go again now during this long death timer of no one's Dragon Knight.
Look at this damage from Weaver. That's onto a DK, by the way. He had, I believe the bugs were like full duration, I want to say. I saw him have like +8 armor left or +6 armor left on DK, so that means they ticked for a long time besides the Deso hits. He was just wailing on him. Nobody could get to help him. Malik was covering the back retreat. He had the refresher black hole ready if they did go.
I mean, this is big. If they can just go for one more smooth play, they could close this game up. Over a minute without no one's Dragon Knight. They've got the double black holes at the ready. 10 seconds, and Ducalis is going to be back in action as well. Quest, they can go for the killer blow here.
Look at Watson. He goes for a Wind Waker of his own. It's back on. You got a small nerf.
Another thing they thought they nerfed at Valve HQ enough, but no. You're absolutely going to see that still coming out in the cores when the game gets late.
Okay, Fishman, what are you going to give us? You've got a refresher. Let's see these honestly, let's see how much damage he can do with his Eldritch summoning besides
Noob's in,
canceling.
and the Noob's going to go straight for Fishman. Fishman's in trouble, he's just dead. Oh, he's out for 70. He's 90 gold short of buyback as well. But he may not get a chance to get the double golems out for the rest of this game, because the push is going to continue. The fortification's been used. Quest have still got this time where there's no Fishman, there's no one. The bottom racks are going down. DME's got to do something, so comes out with the split. See if he can try and hold off here, buy time. They'll use the first black hole here to lock down the Brewlings, and that will allow them to kill him. No buyback for 2 minutes on him either. As Quest, they may have just been able to do it here. 4 seconds until no one's back up. Entity, can they buy time? There's 2 minutes that they need until DM's going to be back in for round 2, at least by the 30 seconds, to see if Fishman can at least get to drop the double golems.
Tell you, Alex is waiting in the sides. He's got the refresher and black hole ready.
He is no one. Trying to sneak in from the side. Malik, what the refresher? Slide himself back to safety there, down to the low ground. Jumps back across. They've managed to kill off Kataomi. Watson will put the BKB, but the hook shot in the black hole, it's there. Watson's going to be going down. And with the buybacks continuing to be in a dire position for Entity, this game's over. GG is called. Quest will take game 1.
Not what I expected with the position that we saw Entity from the couple, 2 weeks ago or so, but what an early game from Quest. They really dictated pace. Those 2 side lanes were amazing. Noob had it. Yeah, I mean, the lanes do look a little bit stronger here from Entity this time around, and it does feel like they've answered the problems that they had before, where they had this weird Warlock hero.
They do. Well, we'll see it, because the thing is, though, even though last time I said I liked Quest's lineup, Entity's lineup a bit more, but Quest just played better at the start.
They played way better.
Quest were playing the lanes really, really nicely, so I think you definitely got to look out for that here. And this first sort of 10 minutes of play, maybe Quest just a bit more on the ball today than Entity is. And Quest, they're ready to smoke up and look to go.
Yeah, and let's see how much Omar, again, this is definitely a game where Omar can thrive. The 2 supports definitely can suffer a ton versus the Clockwork. If he gets on this Grim, this Disruptor has a little bit extra ways to be able to get out of it now with his little bonk back thing, but either way, it's like this hero can really screw with these 2 supports. Let's see who gets these positionings.
Fishman should definitely have been set up for success, right? Because this time he gets the last pick. After a rough game on the Warlock, they're like, this time round, I'm getting the last pick, and I'm going to have a good game. So we'll see if that will be the case for Fishman this time.
And let's be honest, Owen, it's one of his 3 heroes, I like to call it, for my boy Fishman. His Disruptor, his Weaver, and that's usually pretty much it, but it used to be the Undying as well.
And his Bane.
So. His Bane as well, too. Fine.
That's the most played.
You're right.
Bane isn't in a terrible spot nowadays, is he? Is he seeing some play, Bane? Or is he not great?
I haven't been seeing him that much.
You haven't been seeing that much, okay.
No. I'm going to be watching mostly mid in this one. Usually I talk about the side lanes a ton, especially when there's all these kill threats. But this one, I think it's really important because they kept the Pango mid versus the Storm, and I think it's really important to see how his game is going to end up being because of how this lane ends up going.
Absolutely, yeah, because we saw from the bans as well at the end of the draft from Entity, they know how good of a matchup this is. They were expecting Noob to not take the Pango and get something else. So, top lane. Let's see if they're able to bring him down. No, he's going to be fine. But this is going to be a case of if no one doesn't kind of get close to dumpstring this 1v1 matchup, it's going to be bad news for Entity. Now, if Noob gets out of this lane fine, then something's gone wrong from Entity's side of things. They're expecting this to be a 1 lane.
Yep. And so far, Noob gets double CS with his shield crash. Got some good harassment too. Should be able to get maybe at least 1 or 2 of these range creeps as well. So yeah, we'll see when those levels do pick up though. That's when it becomes harder and harder, of course, for the Pango. But hey, let's see if the shield crash thing is enough to be able to just really keep him protected versus no one.
Top lane. Definitely, You can see
Got
how
like a
risky
mini
it gets
glimpse
here
I
for the
heard.
Disruptor. Each time Omar's kind of getting in with the cogs.
Always kill threat when there's a clockwork lane. Bottom is, I'm not sure what happened. I saw the level 1. Oh, actually, Watson. Yeah, he's all right.
We'll be able to turn a bit on towards Omar.
Get the glimpse,
Glimpse as
just in
well.
range.
That should be first blood. Well, it will go to Watson. Nicely cleaned up there with the control from Fishman.
So bottom, I believe they blocked the... I was looking elsewhere, so I think they blocked the wave under the tower, and TI13 missed almost every CS, and now he's actually missed even more. So he's only at 4 CS right now. So the CK 4 CS, the Brew 4 CS. So similar. The Brew and the CK struggled in lanes when it was on Entity side, and at least in these first few waves, definitely seeing similar. TI13 has a bunch of creeps, though, so should be set up for a little bit more CS here. But he's under pressure here. Could actually end up getting brought down. They have an Ink Squell if they want to try for it. They didn't even cast it. They didn't even need it.
The double edges alone. And now with the Ink Squell, they can maybe look to get some damage done to Carlos on top of it. So both of these lanes getting early kills for Entity.
Pretty concerning for Quest side lanes. I mean, Noob is definitely holding his own, though, versus that Storm Spirit right now. Level 3's been hit, level 4. Let's see if no one does get that point in the Vortex or not, or he wants to try to stop those shield crashes. He does try. Ooh, a split second too late. It's actually a nice attempt there from no one. I don't see people do that enough. Stopping that shield crash is like actually so massive in the laning phase. Fishman? Another glimpse up top.
I'm
no one
watching
is
mid
dropping
'cause-
low in mid.
Yeah. Top lane as well. Thinking about Malik, but they won't be able to get him this time. Still struggling to get the CS up here, though, on the Brute.
I mean, no one is playing very confidently.
I mean, he's got a Fairy Fire, and that will
Holy
just
crap.
save him. I mean, I guess he did the maths there, because I think,
He did.
everyone else thought he was dead, but he lives just.
He definitely did. I mean, the runes are going to spawn. Noob's going to check top, so no one should be able to get the bottom one, but my God. I thought he was dead. That was like literally
that was
perfect
risky.
math there from him. These guys are good. No one, this beast in the mid lane. Yeah, 21-3, 17-3, only slight advantage there. CK starting to recover, but Brew really suffering. So seeing the same effect happen to these Brewmasters in the offlane versus a Weaver and a Disruptor. So similar lane, of course. DM's gone for the third Bracer down bottom.
I mean, like, no one's got to be careful again. He's, again, sort of left in a low HP condition. Out of bottle
This is
charges.
very good for Noob. Like, he's doing excellent in this matchup.
Oh, he is. He's doing way better than I think Entity expected he was going to be allowed to do. They didn't. They thought they were able to scare this Pango pick away from the mid lane. Didn't happen in the draft. Noob's ready to still take it there and do very well. They're going to bring Fishman in. I mean, Omar managed to get him with the cogs onto no one. Can Noob do the damage in time? He can't. He's going to get Glimpse back for now. They'll turn their efforts over towards Omar. And
Nice glimpse.
be able to punish the clock. To Carlos.
Another rotation.
I mean, they're going for no one. They got the slow. TPs are coming in, but
They
they'll
got him.
get the kill this time. See,
But
so no
here
one can
comes
get
Watson.
out. I mean, indeed, with these rotations, they should definitely be able to punish Noob. As he's going to look for a potential neutral deny. Won't get it. Watson's able to get the kill.
Another
Also got
glimpse.
the glimpse back on towards Ducalis. Watson with another Shikuchi at the ready. Now slowly but surely be able to bring down the Enchantress as Ducalis. He'll try his best to run, but Watson gets the hits in double kill for the Weavers. We're seeing Watson quite like TA in game one, making sure that he doesn't miss out on these early opportunities to fight.
That's exactly. I was like, I feel like I just watched a replay because that's literally what we saw them do in the last game on the side of Quest. The double rotations to mid, getting kills. No one now. Not quite 6. Fishman's got the glimpse. Do they have enough? Oh, Weaver's still here.
Noob. He's got a shield crash again in a second. The bugs are upon him. Watson heading in. He's trapped. Oh no, he's not trapped. He's able to jump out. All right, easy shield crash there for Noob. That's going to keep him safe. Lovely little jump there over the kinetic field. Noob, he's back to the safety of his 2 supports. And he'll be fine. And with this next wave or so coming in, he'll be able to be a little more safe with the fact that he's going to have that Rolling Thunder online in a couple of creeps.
He's back up to full. And now Watson,
Yep.
you know, the first rotation was worth. He gets a double kill, but the secondary one, they tip him
That
for
was
a
a lot.
reason. Now he spends a lot of time in mid.
And now
no
look
one
at
is
this
not
mid.
level 6.
Noob's just hit the 6. Immediately goes in with the Rolling Thunder.
No way.
They're
Wow.
going to have this kill. They're going to have this kill. I mean, this... I say now with Kataomi and the Cogs as well, they're going to have this one as well. Jump over with the shield crash. I mean, they're ready to punch back here. Quest, after Entity were trying their best to bring this early action. Quest coming to bring the focus as well towards the mid lane. Get these 2 kills that Noob's able to get involved in. And yeah, this whole beginning of maybe a situation with that matchup in which Entity, they wanted the Storm to do well against the Pango. It's not played out that way.
No, and the Pango's itemization, if he does go down this route, is really cool versus the Storm. He's got an Orchid queued up. So even versus the Weaver, does give them a little bit of extra type of catch. So great moves from Quest. And besides all that, you know, I was saying from before, a nice TP from Malik. The time that Watson spent in mid, it allowed Top to completely catch up on the, well, not completely, but the Brew to catch up a decent margin, almost level 6, and even the CK as well bottom, because they spent so much time around mid. Wow. And it's still 5-3, slight advantage there, at least in the gold there for
That's
Entity,
close.
but the mid lane is, that is a very happy Pango now.
It is. And good to see, so the confidence obviously was there from the draft, from Noob, right? He was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to go mid. I don't care about this Storm. I'm still going to be able to lane well. And he certainly did.
Gallus? A lot of heals going to be coming out from him, but is it enough? A lot of wisps.
I mean, he's surviving through a lot of this damage.
He
They
does
will
that.
finally get him. I mean, no one's only going to have so much mana to play with, but of course he's got the haste room ready. So he's able to pop that and now can chase down Omar. So the 2 supports will lose their lives around the mid. DM ready
And
to
they tip
throw
him
some
back.
tips over towards no one yet, giving that morale boost here.
Yeah.
Picking up the action in the mid lane.
Because Fishman tipped him before when he died to Noob, so I think maybe that was like, hey, you're fine, man, you got this, and there he goes. So tips to bring that guy back up, and yeah, 4K, nice usage of the haste. Good catch there from the 2 supports. So we'll see the Orchid committed. Noob, he is committing for the play. So it's going to make him a bit more fragile, of course. You know, the Echo Saber tends to be the build that we've seen, which makes you pretty tanky. Could be a little bit squishier. Even though Shield Crash is insane, and the Orchid will give him more kill threat, could get popped in some situations if they get on him.
Got Stampede, of course, online now from DM, so if they need to get in or get out, he'll be at the ready.
Any different kind of item? I mean, same items pretty much across the board. I think we're seeing here. Weaver's going the Dragonlight's Treads, standard itemization. Storm's going his Witchblade. Nothing too out of the ordinary. TI13, I mean, he's still farming very well. Even though he was getting slowed down a little, he is, yeah, top of those cores. Unlike we did see Watson have as the CK game. And the CK is going to have a good mid game, perhaps. Mid, Omar.
I mean, they've got the glimpse. But, okay, the glimpse into the remnant will do it. No one is out of mana. So it has to be a bit
Double
cautious on the
crash.
retreat. The Static Storms at the ready. They're bringing in the TPs. See if they can turn and get these kills. They've got the Soul Bind on the 2 of them at the side. Malik, he's able to get the split off, though.
That was a 600, I think 600 something shield crash that he had on effect of him. So no way you're going through that Pango. That's a lot committed there from Entity to try to hold the tower, and it's probably going to try anyway to this Bruce Blade.
Yes, hard to defend, especially with the amplified damage being picked up by Noob.
Yeah.
He's ready,
And I lied
more than
about-
ready to fight.
I lied about Pango maybe being a little squishy, even going for Orchid. He got a 3-man double shield crash, so yeah, it's like a 2,000 HP
Oh, and he's
hero
going
at that
in.
point.
Fishman. Some with the glimpse in time, but indeed the tower's gone. They are not able to save it. 10 minutes in.
They want him again.
Tier 1 gone. They're looking towards Noob. They're going to try the drag back. They've got the bug on him as well with the silence. Have they got the damage to bring him down? They
Nope.
don't. And no one. He's got to
No
run.
one.
No one. Noob's ready to chase. No one. He's out of mana. If they got any other damage to get in underneath the tower on towards him, they don't. So no one will live. But yeah, trying to tackle this Pango and unsuccessfully doing so multiple times now here on Entity. Is Pango becoming an early threat, and yet the space and just focus around this mid is giving so much to TS2000. He's top spot now in the CK after a very rough opening few minutes in the lane. A complete distant memory, and the CK is going to be a huge issue. Armlet online, ready to start zooming towards his own Orchid. They're going to have lockdown. They're going to have answers here to the elusiveness of Entity in this early mid game.
Very cool. Yeah, I feel like we saw 6 heroes in the mid lane just now for 5 minutes or something. So yeah, those side lanes definitely able to profit a lot of it. And now DM getting gone on, has stampeded 1 second.
But so is TI13. I mean, Noob's in with the Rolling Thunder. They've got the stuns on towards TI13. Do they have the damage? They're bringing him low. The Stampede will do it, but the cogs are out, trapping DM. Static Storm's going to be laid down. Watson's trying to look towards taking down Ducalis, but this Enchantress is just so tanky. They can barely scratch her. Ducalis is perfectly fine. They'll lose DM. Katsumi's going to head through the twin gate back to safety. Fishman, he's going to hide in the tree line and wait for his mana to get back up so he can TP out of this. They get the kill onto TI13, but they lose DM for it. And definitely starting to see some struggles. Even just killing these supports, right? Ducalis, this Enchantress is hard to take down.
I mean, look at his items. It's all about the HP, right? Seeds of Serenity, so it's like 150 HP. Belt, Fluffy, and then he just has the innate heal. It's actually crazy how tanky he is. They don't have like the super crazy burst in the early game. It'll come out, of course, as levels come out with all these levels of, with the levels of the spells. But yeah, he's surviving pretty well in this early game. So Malik, still, of course, at the bottom of these cores, but not by that huge of a margin. It looks like a much more even game across the board, though.
It does, but I got to say, overall, I think there's still... there's going to be pressure just on no one to have a good game here on the Storm after not kind of just zooming ahead at the beginning. It ended up in a situation where Noob did not get slowed down in the matchup. So we've got to just see what no one can do with this Storm, which we have, of course, seen many times in the past. This is one of his best heroes, no one. So every reason to believe that once he gets this Orchid online, he's able to make some good coordinated plays. Of course, has great supports to back him up. The playmaking potential from the two supports of Entity this game, this Disruptor and Grim combo, it's pretty huge. They team up, they can absolutely look for kills.
Yeah, and we'll see how much, in particular, the Grim, I'm glad you mentioned Katomi, because he's going to be important when he gets a shard, how much he can save no one. Because these Orchids, they're going to come out pretty much, I mean, right now, no one, our Noob has his finished, the CK is going to be on his way toward it too, so we'll have to see how many saves he can do with the Dispels and stuff like that, so. Yeah, right now, Quest definitely have a bit of a momentum going their way.
I mean, this would be quite the Orchid reveal for Noob if they find Watson.
I mean, a massive one, and they should have him.
And they do. It's going to be a bit awkward. I think the hook shot was sort of straight into the back of Noob. And that might mean they don't have enough damage straight up. I mean, they're going to try and think about chasing with the Rolling Thunder, but they'll hold back on it. At the same time, in the mid, TI13 gets jumped by the rest of Entity. A bit of a whiff.
Oh, they messed that up.
They did.
Yeah. That should have been a free kill. He hook shot it into the shield, like the double shield. It looked real weird. Oof. In the meantime, Entity, they get the big kill. They'll be able to get not only TI1300, but also this tier 1 tower to open up things.
Yeah, I mean, farming that part of the map's always the risk. You know, TI1300 trying to get some creeps from that mid lane. Entity, we're ready for him.
The most common place I think we see people die, right? Just right in that river. Oh, no one has a really good rune for these next situations, too. He actually has an illusion rune right now on the Storm Spirit, so could definitely see no one just get bailed out of a certain death just because of an illusion to dispel.
So if they want to go for a move themselves with their Orchid Quest, they're going to try again. Smoke here from Omar and Ducalis. They lead the way. Hook shots at the ready, and this time Omar, he's promised he won't miss it.
As long as they land those spells together, they should have kill threat on almost anybody. Centaur maybe not, but everybody else can definitely die. Thing is, no one, he has this illusion rune, so just got to keep eyes on that one for the Orchid, of course, as I said before. And Katomi's 200 from the shard for the strong dispel. Illusion does get popped now, but they're getting themselves that farm. Deso soon for Watson, and no funny business, straight to the BKB versus these Orchids.
Yeah, very much needed, especially considering they're going to have the multiple.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Entity. Look for the fight here. They've got the blink on DM.
They're going to have a good idea of where Quest fighting and no one. He's got a regen room ready to play around with.
This could be huge. Let's see if there's going to be some crazy cog situation. He's just in.
Oh, he's going to go straight over to Was Noob. They got anything to protect him? They do not. That's going to be Noob
Great
gone.
catch.
And on top of that, they'll also be able to pick apart Omar. In fact, no one. He's looking for more. He's going to be able to zip over to the side. And with the block off here from DM, they'll be able to get their hands on Carlis as well. Entity able to go straight for them there. Quest not expecting that at all. They were kind of sat relatively split inside Entity's jungle.
And they used nothing.
Get them out very quickly.
They used no Static Storm, no Soulbind, no Stampede, nothing. So Entity, they're ready to fight again. No one has full mana. That was a regen rune used absolutely perfectly. So yeah, definitely a big hit there on the Quest. That ward. I think he got a glimpse of them for a second there with the ward. Was able to quickly jump forward. And now Quest, how are they going to look to fight back? Do they have the Radiance on Malik? They do. So okay. Let's see if they can get this fight back, as we said, everything is up for Entity.
No one.
Katomi was there. He has the shard, so he was ready to bail him out.
Does make it hard go. They're going to try, but not going to happen.
It's an ambitious move.
Even if they do hit it, it's probably not going to be successful.
They probably didn't. I don't know if they knew that Katomi was there, but yeah, if Katomi's there behind the Storm Spirit, they have to get on Katomi as well too to be able to go for no one. So yeah, Galvanized stacks up to 16, and that BKB it's getting there quick. Noob shows himself in mid. All right, Fisher will just send him away. Nice little micro from Ducalis. He's using the Dark Troll Summoner. He's sending skeletons out, trying to get some scouting information in the meantime.
Entity, a good job of avoiding any of these attempts from Quest and their skellies. Not able to find any information to allow them to make a move. So now
He's coming forward, but
it's not going to happen.
And now Noob could maybe be in trouble himself. Quite a bit of people around here. He's got buddies. He's okay. Entity playing very smart. I mean, Katomi's just literally hugging the Storm, hugging no one until he has BKB finished for the last, what, it feels like 4 or 5 minutes. Just wait till the Storm is prepared for the fight. Make sure he doesn't die. Set him up for success. So even though he did die, of course, at that level 5, he's top net worth, and he's cruising.
Yeah, he's been farming fantastic. There's coming up to a 2k gold difference now between No One and Noob. So, yeah, No One absolutely in the zone here, ready to prove that the Pango mid, he don't care about it one bit. Sure, the lane, he didn't crush him in lane. It doesn't matter. He's aiming to crush him in the overall game. And with this level of farm, he's in prime position to do so.
Yeah, and BKB's finished. So now Entity, bit of a window here where they can look to take these fights themselves. Of course, Bruce Split is always going to be annoying when he's got this fresh Radiance. He's still very strong, but you can play around it, perhaps kill him before it even comes out, as we saw, last game where they found DM multiple times. So they have a similar way to do so with the Orchid Storm, with Disruptor ult, with the Phantom being level 3 as well. Good aggressive ward there, or good defensive ward, sorry, placed from Ducalis. Just scouted out the Centaur, their lane ward that they have bottom. But in the meantime, Entity. They just don't play behind. Yeah, play behind no one. Get him some power runes. They get killed bottom.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, and DM also going for a Lotus. So they're going to have the Dispels, multiple ways to protect versus these Orchids. So that itemization might be answered.
Yeah, they could just absolutely throw everything on No One.
Yeah.
If they keep this Storm alive, this Storm's going to clean up heroes.
Yeah, and now at this point, Noob is looking a bit squishy. Unless he gets these perfect shield crashes on multiple heroes. A Blink Orchid, he's got an Ogre Axe at the least now too, but his HP pool is looking much lower than it was in the last game. And they're ready to jump him. They're ready to jump if someone shows.
It's a bit scary.
He's so careful.
He knows it. Noob's being careful, yeah.
And you can see, Entity just feels very lax. Even though it's just a less than 1k right now, they're still just playing very cleanly, just making sure this Storm keeps up that farm. Even though CK is farming, TI13 is getting that growth.
They'll find the vision for Ducalis. Look at the drag back here. And again, considering the time spent on that quest, just losing the Enchantress, whilst the rest of them get to farm up, they don't mind.
Roshan time.
They will mind that.
Yeah. It sets some. Usually it's like that bottom rotation. Watson could look to do it. He's got the Deso. Got the backup too. Yeah, they can't contest. TI13 needs BKB to be able to run into the fight.
You don't want to
I
fight.
think that's just going to have to be given up. You're still getting a good farm, so you're still going to be able to look for the fight afterwards. Perhaps it's not going to be a super easy one for Quest, but yeah, don't want to fight without your CK BKB and then just...
Save for the save. It looks like Entity, they don't want to go for the Roshan. They're going to step away from it. They're actually going to look to pick up a kill as Omar has been found on the other side of the map. But yeah, they started to do it, and I guess they weren't satisfied with the speed that they'd be able to take it at this point.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I thought they'd be able to get it for sure. Looking to clean up around the map more
maybe
so.
they assumed he was closer to the BKB than he was, and they were prepared to fight. But yeah, you say TI13, still a couple hundred gold off from having it, because they definitely would have been able to have it, but playing it safe for Entity and not taking the risk of pushing for Roche.
Sure. Yeah, they had a Wisdom Rune to get to. I think I saw Watson went back and grabbed that one. Maybe Watson makes the call, too, that he's getting close to BKB and maybe wants to wait for that before they just full force a Roshan kind of thing. Not sure. BKB, though, TI13, he does have his finished. So does Quest want to look to fight with that? Let's see. Entity, they're setting themselves up back down bottom for that Roche if they'd like to go for it. TI13 does have the BKB. Yeah, let's see if they can get the angle on these supports in particular, right? Because Katomi, he's probably one of the more important ones because of that Dispel, how much he's going to be able to do, and also the Soulbind to be able to catch the Pango in particular. But let's see which angle of approach they find, because they do have that ward that was placed earlier up north.
I mean, they're looking at DM. He is separate from the rest of the team, but he's, of course, very tanky. They know he's slightly split. In fact, they've split quite a bit here, Entity, and they'll split just in time. In fact, the three of them just making it through the gate before that rocket flare came in, and Quest would have had vision. So they're back away from this area.
And now Quest is actually going to start it themselves.
Well,
they have a lot of minus armor.
If Quest get this Roshan, that's going to be pretty wild.
Entity's coming. I mean, they know this is happening.
Yeah, the Entity cannot let Quest just walk in and get the roast. That'd be insane.
I was about to say, like, what the hell? Fishman steps up now, too.
Uh-oh. He's dead.
He is dead.
I mean, Omar
looking for more.
He is indeed, but Watson's able to get away with the Shikuchi. I mean, sure, one of the members down. I mean, 4 versus 5.
Important.
If Quest are able to get the Roshan through with this, I think Entity's going to kind of be kicking themselves for not just going for the attempt earlier, when they maybe just played it a bit too safe. They didn't like the fact that they weren't taking it down quick, but they had the time to take it.
And now, you're playing into this. Playing into this Aegis. Noob has... Who's going to... Guys, Aegis.
Come on.
Noob probably takes it. Okay, good. I was going to say, Noob is probably the more important one, so...
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that just happened. Entity did get a lot of farm and stuff on the map, but that did just happen, so they just gave him that Roche.
They didn't get Roche. I mean, they're going in on Noob. Of course, he's got the Aegis. They might be able to quickly take the Aegis out of him. They can, so that's the Aegis gone pretty much as quickly as it was picked up.
Nice. I love it. The Meteor Hammer efficiency, too, with the Arcane.
I mean, that really, he really did play on the fact that he was like, I've got just enough seconds of BKB left to do this. Noob is coming up the Rolling Thunder. Going in for DM first. They'll get the drag back with the damage from TI13. They'll get it. DM's gone. So if they're going to step in for more silence onto Noob. Noob needs help. He's not going to get it. Noob's gone. With the Vortex drag back onto TI13. They'll be able to take down the CK as well. Double kill for Watson. We can get the Brood.
Okay, they don't care, Roshan.
I mean, I guess not. They say, well, you know what, you can get the Aegis. We'll take your lives anyway. It's Watson. Got the Vision here on towards Ducalis. They'll get the drag back with the Glimpse. Ducalis, he's, again, an annoying one to take down on the Enchantress. And they have to drop a Static Storm as well. I mean, even with that, they're actually not going to get him. He's just able to walk through it, walk back to safety. So Ducalis, still not the hero that they can kill with ease. But they get the Tier 2 tower, and of course, they got the big important ones. They take down Noob twice. They get TI13. So yeah, I guess the plan all along. They can have the Aegis, we don't care.
We'll just win fights. And in a very beautiful fashion, because I don't think you could actually have a fight go pretty much more successful. DM just pretty much takes all the damage in the fight. I don't believe anybody else really got hit too much. So the Centaur, your tanky boy, does this job, tanks all the brunt of the spells while everybody's able to just get the cleanup hits. So, all right, yeah, I guess that's why. just feeling that much stronger in any of these fights, and yeah, definitely seeing it.
Well, they're going to go again.
Yep. They should have him.
He's
tanky.
He's very tanky. Noob's going to have to use the Rolling Thunder to close in on this, but they're able to come in with the Soul Bind and hold Noob back. Very nice plays with Katomi. Not enough to save DM, though. DM will still fall. But able to make sure the Katomi is able to get back to safety. Do they want to go for more? There's 40 seconds now, no DM.
No one is
got an illusion and the BKB, so he's very hard to find. Malik's just going to settle for the farm down bottom, get his BKB finished on the Brew.
Quest has to find, yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep kind of reiterating it, but like, if they want to be able to take these fights, they can't just hit on the front lines. They can't just like let the Storm do his things. They have to find these backlines heroes. It's not easy by any means, but they have a Brewmaster, so it's kind of something you have to just force the issue of. Kill these, you know, the Grim, the Disruptor, then you can try to deal with these core heroes who are very elusive and still very difficult, you know, as we kind of figured they would be with the way that the whole draft kind of kicked off, even though they went for these Orchids. Watson, an excellent game.
May be forced to split down here. As
just
he
gets it
has
off.
to. He's playing around with Watson pretty nicely because Watson's got BKB and time lapse. Oh, nice effort with the hook shot. That doesn't quite catch him. Still going to be able to chase Entity out quite a bit. They'll settle for Fishman. Getting dragged back, and indeed Fishman will fall. Not before he gets the Static Storm out. TI13, he's in on the back lines. He's trying to go in onto DM. Jump forward from no one. We'll see what the target is from the Storm, but he's going to get caught with the Orchid. The BKB's out, though. No one's still taking heavy damage from TI13. Will turn the Vortex. Has the control to drag him back, but Noob comes in with the Rolling Thunder. Katomi's being focused here by the two of them. Dakalis, he's brought him down. Dakalis, he's ready to start maybe cleaning up. He's going to look towards DM with the impetuses, and he's going to get him as well. Double kill for Dakalis on the Enchantress. He's out of mana. He's going for the TP. Is anything to stop? Oh, he's going to stick around. He's going to turn and take down TI13. I mean, they're getting the kills here, but is it worth it? I mean, he'll tell him it was kind of cool. He stuck around, just dropped a Meteor Hammer straight on their faces.
I think he was just completely He was like, I have no way out of this. I'm getting ran at, and he actually gets them 2 kills that maybe they weren't gonna get.
Yeah, the Meteor Hammer doing his work there in those final moments. There you go.
That was still
overall, though, I think the
Dakalis
problem is increasing. There's this Enchantress that he's absolutely ready to be another carry this game.
Yeah, TA2000 tanked pretty much everything in the Enchantress, and Noob actually. Noob was able to get everything off. He actually has his Aghanim's off. And even though he's soulbound in the fight, I believe he got quite a bit off. Yeah, let's see this again. I mean, Ducalis just wailing on them from a distance. And all starts because of the initial kind of go on Watson. He's not in the most healthy position on the Weaver at the start of this fight, so he's playing on the outskirts quite heavily, just being very careful to not fully commit into the fight. And yeah, look, the Soulbind was great, but he still was able to do some decent damage with it on the Pango anyway.
Yeah, had the shields up, and they just couldn't tear through him. And yeah, no one in his final moments.
That was good. That was cool.
I mean, the value was absolutely there. Yeah, very heads-up move from him to secure a couple of kills that they may not have had. That didn't go great for Entity, but could have gone a whole lot worse.
Absolutely. I mean, 19-11, less than 3K lead game. Let's see no one.
Oh, he's able to jump. Control. They've got the hook shot follow-up as well. They've got continued lockdown. They get the pushback with the cogs. Oh, he zips away, but he's in position. Noob, he was ready for them. Doesn't matter, though. No one has enough HP to get out.
Oh.
What's wrong with the binds?
Binds.
A lot of problem with binds today.
Maybe something just got moved around. Maybe he tried to use roll-up. Oh, the roll-up ability didn't get...
Oh. But would he have had the kill if you rolled up on top of him?
He had the dispel and stuff like that, and he had BKB.
I don't know
probably not, but either way, I mean, he's still... I mean, the fact that it doesn't work is annoying, right? Like, he probably tried to click and it didn't work or something.
Wait, why doesn't it work?
Maybe the hockey just wasn't there for a second and had to rebind it. I don't know. You haven't had that?
So. Okay.
I've had a couple abilities get unbound on that position lately. I don't know if you've had.
Okay. Oh, no, you're absolutely right. There is a spell. Oh, what is it? There was something else.
I've had it on Invoker where I lose my D or whatever you have that hocky as for your spells. So I've had it happen. I think I know what he's having, so it happens.
No, I tell you what it is. I've had it when I've like leveled up, and then I've leveled up an ability, and then I've tried to press the ability, and the hotkey just doesn't work. So did he just get roll up or something? So maybe he just got the ability, and there was something weird with that. Yeah. Sometimes the something funny with the bind. What's Clock doing? He's chilling.
He's chilling.
Bottom tower is under attack.
There he is.
And this one's much closer. I mean, the Weaver still is, of course,
It
this
is.
huge problem. Watson is absolutely massive. But
Yeah,
definitely seeing
he is.
you know,
It's Weaver's
there's
problem.
ways for Quest to trickle. I would say there's ways for Quest to trickle back in this game much more than there was for Entity in the last one.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Smoke time from
Still
Entity.
difficult, but see what they catch. All right, Watson at this point now, his damage is through the roof. He's got the
Oh, it
MKB
is.
finished, so. Oh, that's cool, actually. I like that Fishman does this squishy, you know, some of your squishy core heroes. He's got a slot, give him some salves. Why not? Keep him topped off. So keep seeing the shovel, of course, being used by Fishman. Give those to your cores. Love it. 18 on no one. Nothing else too big picked up here on the side of Quest. Just get Manta for TI13. Level 18 as well. Okay, BKB for Malik. Sorry, that was the other big one that they had gotten. So he pretty much will guarantee. I mean, he's been getting the primal splits off anyway, but he'll guarantee get it off. And here we go. So they're gonna smoke off that one. Shield rune on no one right now.
Dire are scanning.
Oh, let's see who gets the
They're gonna
flank.
Get first. Oh, Watson
They got the
coming
high
close
ground.
to vision.
$15 for the Roche.
They know where they are. Now they're going to know where they are with the rocket flare coming out from that angle.
Damn, DM is 200 gold from Shiva's. If he can finish that right before the fight, could be pretty big.
It's on its way.
Parasma also just finished. I mean, two pretty big items. Entity has also just finished.
I mean, they're considering Roche, but that would be risky.
That's a threat. No, it's gonna roar. It's not worth it right now. Can't commit for it versus when you know exactly where they are. Oh boy.
How do they start this fight?
Watson looking for an angle.
It's out with the bugs.
Don't jump.
Oh, he's going to go for tier 2000. He's in with the vortex. They jump with the hoops, but they burst through him. Immediately taken out of the fight, and now I think if you're Quest, you just got to get out of there. You've
have
lost
to
your
run.
carry. Malik's going to BKB TP. DeCarlos, he's going to go for a TP as well, but the glimpse will hold him back. So there's not any sort of amount of spronking about that will save him. He's gone. And that
And then you
will
see how
be the
fast
Roshan
he
for
died?
Entity. He's just got
Oh
in an
my
instant.
goodness. It happens. The Parasma comes out, 20% magic resistance reduction. Everyone's spells just clap him. So it just gets immediately blown up. And now Watson, after, I mean, a fully, pretty much, I mean, yes, a flawless game, now is an Aegis again.
He's got that Daedalus
Yeah,
as
no,
well,
Daedalus
so
too,
on top of the
Jesus.
survivability that he's able to build up, he's going to be hitting like a truck.
It's hard for Quest to
Definitely
get these
are ready.
initiations.
And they can look for the high ground, push your Entity, take this tier 2 out on the top lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh yeah, Watson gets the Aegis. It's actually true. Not no one. I guess they're more worried about maybe Watson dying than no one.
Yeah,
They're
I
both
guess they were
amazing
just
Aegis
sort of have the
carriers.
items and abilities that they're like, well, we're
Yeah.
just going to throw these down on no one. No one's going to be saved by the team, and Watson, he can kind of fend for himself with the Aegis
Yeah.
BKB.
Don't want to give up a 9-0 streak either, right? So probably a couple different factors into it. But he's also just the carry, right? Level 24 Weaver, so yeah. Good control now. There's Vision as well. Entity playing completely together, not giving any opportunities for Quest to get any pick off. They have everything at the ready.
Very difficult.
Worried for TA2000's damage output, how he's going to actually be able to hit targets. Again, the CK just... He had a much better time overall in the laning phase this game, but it's a similar situation, at least I'm seeing, with like how he can actually get on targets. It's just tough for them to get initiations.
Oop.
Bottom.
He's going to try something here. See if he can maybe get Katomi with the combo. He can't.
He lives.
Noob, he's got to keep rolling away, but the Soulbind's going to come in. Noob, he's in trouble. He's going to get dragged by the Vortex. He's gone. He'll buy back immediately, trying to desperately make something happen out of this. But again, the Glimmers come into play. The Disruptor's on the retreat, and Fishman,
they keep living.
He's getting out of it. No one, oh, he's dropping another hammer. This time it's only going to be down to the Brewlings. Omar's able to get him with the hook shot. Fishman turns with the Static Storm, but Fishman will fall. Ian gets back in over towards the Brewlings. No one's going to zip across. Not got too much mana to play with. No one. He is caught by the silence.
No one's in trouble.
Stun comes out for TI1300. They're able to kill him off. That's no one gone. Watson, he's in with the Shikuchi looking over towards Malik, but Watson, he's also going to fall the once. That's the Aegis gone. Buyback comes out from Omar. Quest, they're considering if they can set up for a second round here on towards Watson. Shikuchi's there quick on the respawn. He'll be able to back away from this. They did have to buy back twice there to make that fight work, Quest. Both Noob and Omar offering up the buybacks.
Expensive. They at least get some kills and stuff like that, but I think Anthony's still pretty okay with all this. Still very happy. Weaver gets level 25 finished up, a full item now also. And yeah, no buyback, of course, on Noob if they find him again. Just needs to spend out his gold. Probably just finish up that AC as fast as possible. Needs that extra armor. It's just too much physical damage for him.
Omar and Noob, they're looking at DM. He's looking in towards the jungle, but
yeah,
they won't go hunting at the moment.
You just reminded me of also how the fight kind of kicked off there. TA2000 actually got ran into by DM right at the start of the fight. He started at half HP on the CK versus the Centaur. They just kind of bruising. So like the worst target the TA2000 could have ran into.
Well, look at that.
At least they did get that gem though, so they will at least be able to keep up these wards for a little bit. So they're scouting out Entity right now with that one ward that Ducalis was able to place earlier. Neutral items. Aviana Feather for Watson, a Dream Timeless Relic for the Storm, of course, every time. Anything big on the other side? We have the Rattle Cage on Malik, and Ninja Gear could be pretty important for TA2000. So just I was talking about how important it is for his like positioning and wraparound kind of stuff for the CK. That could maybe let him sneak up, get some kind of funny situation started for the fights. Huh, that could be cool too.
Careful.
Crimson Guard, perhaps, on Omar soon. Cool.
Yeah, he's trying to get sort of the little things, I guess, to sort of protect him from the CK. Sort of the fights.
Yeah, his item's pretty cool now, since it's based off health. Ooh,
Noob.
Uh-oh. He's got the roll up.
He's out of here, right? He is out of here.
He's good. This time it worked. The hockey worked. He's good. Full Hex on no one. On top of them having Soulbind as well, too, so potential double Hexes, double Orchids from him. And now they have the extra catch, of course, too, for the Pango. If they see Noob, he's super dead. And right now they see him.
They see
Noob.
him. He tried to push down this top lane. I guess he just didn't expect them to be split across the map as they were. But they were. That's Noob gone for nearly 2 minutes.
Re-get their gem, their ward. The ward saw him. He was walked up to the creep wave also, but they were able to jump him past the creep wave because of that ward that Fishman placed. And yeah, 90 seconds now. Full control of map.
See how much they can get done with this.
Full Shiva's not on Malik, but nowhere near like the same effects as the Shivas that was finished up on DM versus the CK. Not really anything that he's preventing too much here. Yeah, they're in. It's illusions.
Not finding anything straight away. So they're going to realize
60
that
seconds.
May even be able to get more than just the one barracks. We'll see how much they'll push for, Entity. A lot of time.
TI13 looks like he maybe tries for a sneaky insta-kill. Let's
See who
see.
can burst. He's going to try DM. He's going to drag DM in, and it's enough
Does get
damage.
him.
The one of them. We'll see over to the side. BKB into the Bruce split. Malik's able to get the split off in time. They are holding it now. At the chase. Maybe see if they can get more from this. Fishman. Gonna have the Glimmer
Should
Cape
have him.
removed there. And indeed with the dust out, a turn with the Static Storm will hold them
Oh,
back. And
no way.
a bit of time,
He's
and
out.
he's actually able to TP away with that. Fishman
That was
escapes.
beautiful. The Ags,
Any
I think he
further
just got
catch or
it.
chase?
I think that Ags literally delivered on the courier as he was walking away, and then he gets the Ag Static Storm, so they can't pop any items or anything to stop him. That was pretty clutch there from Fishman. A nice play from TI13. You know,
Yeah.
you saw it last game. The sneaky, you know, the sneak on the high ground kind of play from the other side. Gets the catch, the insta-kill even on the tanky hero, but only that. But at least it's something.
Keeps it. I mean, it definitely shows that, especially when they've got the AC done on Noob. If he's around and that setup's done like that by TI13, if they're killing DM like that, they'll kill most heroes, especially in any sort of position where Entity is not fully prepared for that sort of opening.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly that.
They can delete heroes.
Yeah, as long as they catch him not prepared. I was going to say the exact same thing. If Katomi is there and they go for that play, though, it's going to turn in their faces instantly because he's just going to be able to Inkswell, Dispel, whatever's on, and then they can probably turn it because it's going to hit everybody. But it's at this point when you're this behind, you have to seize every opportunity. So if they can keep getting a couple more of those, I mean, that's kind of what they have to do. Being honest, that was the Centaur, right? So it took him a moment to kill him because he's a Centaur. If they catch the Storm Spirit or something like
It's
that...
going to be quick. Yeah.
It could be quick. It could be too quick for the Grim to respond. He has Blink on Katomi, so there is, of course, that plus Telescope and Aether Lens, so he's got some crazy cast range, but small possibilities.
Dire are scanning.
And yeah, the AC is done. So an insane amount of minus armor.
Radiant are scanning.
More timing's being hit, though. 2x overload on no one, so these Phantasms also going to get disintegrated.
Shown on the wave here, TI13. He's feeling strong.
I think he's trying to fake them out because he was using his illusion plus himself, so I think he was trying to, like, yeah, this isn't me. Wrap around, no one. We'll reveal.
Yeah, I think he's trying to deal with this, this illusion being in, but they won't fall for that. They get a few hits and they see the damage being done. Smoke up now.
They have to insta-pop a hero on the side of Quest to have a chance in the fight. Phantasms used. They're going for the big wraparound. Can they pop some of these? Who will it be? Watson.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
This is a deep
DM's in.
TI13's
2 minutes done.
with the wraparound, but indeed, already the jump's been made. They're looking over towards Ducalis and they Brew. Brew, can he get the ult off in time? He can't. He's caught by the stun. He'll buy back immediately. Ducalis turns the damage over towards Fishman. Fishman turns the Static Storm on towards the Brew. The Brew is in trouble. He's caught in the static. He's gone. That's a dieback.
They got Watson, though.
He's out.
He buys back.
Oh, they also get Fishman. My goodness, the crits come flying out from TI13. They get the two of them. Maybe they could get more here.
Watson
They're looking
bought
over towards DM. Omar's chasing this down. They're going to be able to have to drag back in a second. There it is again. Back
Watson's
DM.
coming.
Stun comes out. They'll jump onto the side. They're looking towards Noob. Noob is caught by the Hex. Is there anything to save him? There isn't. Noob's gone. Watson ready to look towards his next target. He'll find Ducalis. Damage is done
Triple
before
hit.
he's able to TP away. The zipper crossover towards Omar. Can they get this clock as well? They can. The buyback has to come out from Watson, but it pays off. They've killed off 4 members of Quest. Only 2 with buyback available. Both Malik and Noob out for good.
They got the pop on the right side onto Watson, too. They got him controlled and killed him, even when he popped Satanic Hand on the Inkswell. That was a decent attempt with how far behind they are, but they do lose a lot. Bruce dead. Long time dead. Same for the Pango. Hook shot.
The hook shot, though, it comes into play. He's in the cogs, but again, he's going to be saved here. Canome is able to keep him fine anyway if he was in trouble. Bloodthorn's done.
DM's in.
They're going for the damage. They've got enough damage to bring down
CK's
DM this time
dying.
around. They don't. TI2000 in trouble. The Soulbind comes out onto the 2 of them. TI2000 is gone. DM's able
alive.
to live. He's going to live. They couldn't quite kill him. That's TI2000 now out. 600 gold short of the buyback. Just under 30 seconds until they have both Malik and no one back in. Noob back in. Ducalis, he's trying to mount the defense, but he's dead under the tier 4s. The push can come in now from Entity. As they're onto the tier 3s, onto the barracks. 10 seconds and they'll have the 2 cores to try and defend with, but it's against this full 5-man.
They might just keep going, they might just look for the catch.
Yeah, they don't need to stop. They're going to realize soon that these buybacks aren't coming into play. Zip forward, over towards Malik. Noob's going to jump in with the Rolling Thunder, but the Static Storm's down. Malik's in trouble. Can he get his ult off with the Static on him? He cannot at all. Nothing to be done. He's out of the game. They'll turn now over towards Noob. Noob trying to draw their efforts and attention away from his Ancient. But it's going to, it's be in vain. As he's gone, GG is called. Entity will take this game 2, pushing this to a game 3.
Hell yeah. A much better game, of course, here from Entity. Yeah. They got the ball rolling. I think they played really well, the 2 supports.
With the safe lane Venge. I'm interested to see what the build is. I mean, I don't know if you've been sort of keeping up with it, but is it this sort of just straight sort of stats into Ags kind of drawing out Aghanims, or are you getting... Are you going down the line of getting things like the Battle Fury? I think not, right? The Battle Fury is probably not on the table.
I don't think so. No.
We can dream. We can dream. We'll see if TI13 is a dreamer as well. It probably isn't to that extent.
So Owen,
and probably for good reason. It's not good. Yes, the cleave works, but it's not good. Kids, don't buy it. Don't do it.
But you know what cleave doesn't work? The Underlord one, because he didn't take it. He did keep the Horde. He kept the Horde. Okay, so we'll have to see how much it comes into play into these mid-games fights and stuff like that, because it's a bit strange with the way it works, with the way it spawns all these things. You'll get to see, of course, how it does go down. As VM immediately gone on.
This is looking like a first blood. Who's going to get the goal for it? Give it to Noob. They're trying, and he'll get it. First blood for Noob.
Bro told you. He literally said, "Care Duca smoke." He literally wrote it.
Wait, what?
TA2000 writes Care Ducalis smoke, and then they killed DM anyway. He's like, I warned you.
Why did he tell them they smoked? Dude, that actually could have been mega grief if they didn't get... I guess it was the mind game. As a risky mind game to play, but it pays off.
Yeah. All right, cool. And now, so let's look. Bottom, they're going to have... They're going to have this incredible minus armor physical lane versus a Centaur who has pretty much 0 armor. So let's see if this double harassment kind of thing, and let's see if the lane in particular, because as we saw Quest do really well when they came out of lanes very well, maybe if that's what they're going for. It's just crush lanes, move this into tempo base, and just crush tempo. We'll have to say how it works.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Venge can hit surprisingly hard, of course. The minus armor and the stats as you build up this hero.
She definitely suffers a bit versus... a Phantasm, though. Clearing out illusions is definitely not the forte.
Yes.
Yeah, not the forte of the Vengeful Spirit.
in these fights down the line, you're going to have this Venge carry going, attack, attack. And then you got this CK going, and it does, you know what I mean? You're going to have to sort of force some very specific scenarios to allow this Venge carry to pop off. But
or have a big
advantage. If Quest can do it. Sure, yes.
Like I'm thinking they get this like tempo snowball kind of thing going, and that's the way that they're looking at going for this game. That's what I look at as. I mean, I could be completely wrong, as I tend to be, which is fine. But that's what it looks like, at least for me, because they've got these auras, they have good group around, they have these cool little combo plays with the puck, with the Willow, with the puck, with the Venge and stuff like that. And Entities overall, it scales super hard, but it can have some greediness in it when you have this 5 Enigma.
That's true. Top lane.
Watson?
That's going to be dead Omar. Can they find Watson in return? They can't. Watson's going to be fine. Malik not able to bring him down.
So I want to say the Enigma can be greedy, but they can't actually punish Eidolon still. Like, it's like so few heroes can actually do so nowadays.
Not able to grab a Fishman there in the brambles either, so...
They actually got all 3.
So he's going to end up suffering the most in these lanes. I mean, mid lane.
7
for 1 on Noob. No one. 14 and 4.
He is owning this one. And bottom, though, on the flip side, TA2000 is owning the Centaur. That minus armor is definitely coming into play. The bugs plus the wave. And it's a 1 armor hero, so he gets literally put negative instantly.
It's pretty smart. They might have Kataomi here. Okay, the Ink Swell on DM is going to be enough to sort of force TA2000 to back up. So DM and Kataomi are able to play nicely around one another to keep themselves safe.
Watson's still struggling, at least in the CS department up top. W doesn't get too much easier for Watson either. He does have an Enigma behind him that's great, but Underlord is pretty obnoxious for something like a CK. The constant spam and just that extra bit of damage from Atrophy. I think we got to get some extra denies onto him.
I'll go with the burst onto Ducalis. So he's fine and still has the safety of the Lotus and the Fairy Fire. So he's perfectly ready to stick around and trade with them.
I'm checking a couple things in the meantime. Just I'm looking at the
What you got?
looking at our current Venges that we've seen across the regions.
Yeah,
Trying
what's
to
the
see
build's
what
been like?
What else we've seen in particular. I'll get to you in a second. I don't think I saw too many of them picked. That's the problem, but not as a carry in particular. Sorry.
No, you know, sometimes what the offlane in this game, of course, we also expected it was going to be kept as the support. Not the case. Swapping things around with Weaver and Venge. So far, so good with the lane. TI13 having perfect free farm.
I mean, that seems to be Quest's biggest forte, is just getting these lanes that do really well. Like top, Malik continues to dominate. Mid, Noob is starting to fix things a little bit too here, so.
Top lane where just continues to be the biggest difference here between the two of them in CS.
Yeah.
Trying to go for Fishman, but you've got to make it around the Brambles.
They're doing really nice stuff with these lanes.
Yeah, all three
Bottom, they
cores
got
now.
a.
Oh, you know, you can continue for. They got a what? Don't leave me in suspense.
I was waiting. We're both waiting.
Oh,
They got a kill on the Weaver. There you go. They got a double
they
pull, so they denied a whole wave. They denied 2 waves from the Centaur, but then afterwards, yeah, they get a kill. So.
Right, he's got his items up. He's got the double rape stun and the magic one. Top lane Malik and
Whoopa!
they've got Watson. The snipe will be there with Omar and his Shadow Realm hit.
48 damage now too. Getting these extra denies. Yeah, these lanes looking real good. As you said, Noob a little bit behind, but who cares? He's a puck. He's going to be able to make rotation / get a catch with his coil at some point soon. 5 minutes hit. Rotations being made.
Fishman's coming in through the twin gate, ready to help out bottom. I mean, Ducalis,
This is sneaky.
he's already gone, and now with Fishman,
This is
in fact,
sneaky.
further TPs, they can look for TA2000. He's in a whole world of pain here.
Oh, the creep got it. They were trying to give that to no one, it looked like, for the movement, but doesn't get the kill.
Nice little moves. Let's get those kills.
Tower is under attack.
Let's require the 4 of them. At the end of it all. DM sending out a
Galvanize.
friendly tip towards Ducalis.
Oh, about those galvanized stacks. Damage on the tower, though. Noob is doing a really good job of taking advantage while that storm leaves. Cuts the wave with the catapult. That's, yeah, more than half damage, it looks like, on this tower as the next 3 waves coming in, so no one has to rush back over there.
Bind.
Again.
Oh, with the binds. Some of the binds. Not been a great series for the binds.
I'm telling you, it's that, you know, it's probably the Puck Ethereal Jaunt one this time around or something. Like, there's just, yeah, a couple of these that... Oh,
Trying
Fish
to get
went deep under the
but
tower.
turn and they look towards Fishman. Fishman, he's got the bugs upon him. He'll die. They were prepared for that attempt this time round. In fact, Noob's turning up and looking to see if he could turn it into more. To jump in over towards Kataomi. Doesn't want to drop the coil. Doesn't need to. Look at the Brambles. He'll try and deny himself towards the Warpine Raiders, but won't succeed. Quest get the kills.
Nice little rotation. Up.
They've still got the coil for no one. They've just scanned, so they know that no one's farming this camp.
Ooh.
And he's actually
Oh
going
my
to get
god,
away
that
with
was so
it.
close.
Farms pretty much the majority of it. Gets away. Noob's going to jump in. And that's going to have to use the coil. TP's coming in as well from both sides to try and force this fight. Ducalis
Here's
trying to
Malik.
offer up the damage in from the midst of it all. They get the stun connection on towards no on the route as well from the Bramble. They bring the storm down. Fishman caught by the firestorm. He'll also die. Both
It's a
teams try
party.
and make the fight happen, and Quest come out on top.
7 heroes plus in the mid lane. Malik actually TP'd in with both his spells on cooldown. That was a little awkward for a second, but didn't end up mattering. They're able to get the cleanup there onto the storm. Good TP follow-ups, and now Noob is ahead of that storm. Pretty even across the board, though. Again, this time around in this game, compared to the last one also. TI13 was doing great. Watson was struggling, but now, after that death, of course, on TI13, Watson has pretty much caught back up and exacted that net worth. Malik.
Top Malik.
He
Back
showed
in with his rotation. No one turns up. And even without him there, Watson might have been very close to taking him down solo. Lots of damage coming out with the Phantasm. Noobs able to pick up the Arcane. No one's still got a little bit of mana to play with. Dreamcore's not up for 15 seconds, so it'll just be between the silences and the roots for this effort here on towards no one. And indeed, those two spells alone aren't enough. No one's able to zip away.
Put some Arcane Boots onto him right away. No one still not going to have mana to fight, though, so these two supports going to have to hold down to the tower. So 6-6. Noob with this Arcane Rune trying to put pressure onto this tower, though, since the Storm was low mana. This tower should fall.
I don't think they can hold this.
Deep jump forward from Noob.
Okay, I mean, they've got backup coming in. Can he actually kill off no one? No one's still alive. Now they turn to get the drag back with the Rift. They've killed off Noob and maybe even more, as they're ready to try and run down towards Omar. But now Watson himself outnumbered.
Look at these Necro books. Look at him go.
I mean, same time,
Meanwhile, TI2000 does die.
Indeed, but that Stampede was able to make the play and get on top of him, get the kill. TI2000
Trades.
gone. And
Crazy dives forward there from Quest. I mean, it's 8-8,
yeah,
but
it's
it's
pretty
still
deep.
like pretty even.
I'm just eyes on TI2000 to see where he goes with his build, because he had the Echo queued up, which of course is very
I saw
cool.
that.
With the melee facet. But now he's sort of taken that way and just gone for the Ogre Club. So I wonder if he's thinking about going for something else with the Ogre if he wants to rush the Axe or such.
Might just be an Axe rush. Let's see though. It's
Either
jump
way,
again.
I
Noob.
feel
It's
like
just constant fighting.
I mean, it really is. See if they can get the catch on a Fishman. It's only just going to be the one-man Dream Coil. So TI2000, he was trying to find a swap. But even if he does get no one still has mana to play with.
He wants to just fight with his team because he can't farm at the rate of the CK now at this point. He's going to get a swap. They get the silence instantly too.
Into the magic missile, but again, it's not
Almost.
quite enough.
They're trying their
I mean,
hardest to be able to do this.
They are,
to get
but
the catches early, you know?
Yeah. I got to be honest though. I'm looking at the Venge carry. I'm worried.
I'm worried as well.
Because
I gotta be
this
real.
Venge carry is a Venge carry. You know, meanwhile Watson, he's having a great time. He's hitting creeps. He's playing a CK. That's a tried and tested carry. Venge, it's a risky one.
It is, and CK can just always accelerate farm a lot better than just the Venge. Venge has to accelerate farm usually through like kills and fighting. CK can just pop Phantasm with Armlet on and go farm with these illusions all the time. So, yeah, Quest, I feel like he's going to sit back and farm a little bit more. He is going to finish up what looks like that Echo Saber, but
okay,
we'll have to see what they can get out of the map in these next few moments. How much they can actually pressure onto these towers more. Malik's gone. Yeah, he's going to go all auras on this Underlord. So very tempo-based that we see Quest even going for with their items.
all coil in the mid lane.
Jump in mid.
Has Noob got any follow-up though? He doesn't have backup with him. He's got Malik now turning up, and they will get no one, but it will cost Noob his life. They can maybe even get more. The fear coming out from the side. Fishman's in with a black hole. He's caught both Dakalis and Omar. Time-lapse will come up with the Soulbinds, linking the two of them together. That's going to be Omar gone. Dakalis with the Shikuchi blocks off the escape of potentially Fishman and DM. Gets in position to turn, take down the Enigma with the help of Malik's damage. Double kill for Malik.
These are nice plays. I love how aggressive they're playing. They don't want to slow pace down of this game whatsoever. Don't let them sit back and farm. They're using their swaps. I mean, they're losing the puck and stuff a couple times here, but they're using these swaps and these crazy type of aggressive plays to their advantage to try to, you know, keep that tempo going. Don't let entities sit back and farm with their CK and their Storm. Very cool jumps. I mean, crazy jumps, but very cool ones being able to utilize Fiend's Gate. I feel like we don't see Fiend's Gate used so much, even when people are playing it more. Not in this type of fashion, where it's every single time so far. I feel like a coil's been used and a Fiend's Gate comes. And they're instantly smoking again, so yeah, really trying to keep that emphasis of putting the pressure on the map.
Coil up in a second. Yeah, every single time it's off cooldown, he's ready to go. He's ready to go,
Look at that
Noob.
scan. What a scan.
Yeah, DM. I imagine maybe even throwing the tip out towards Watson. Maybe Watson was the one to call that.
Probably.
Say no one, get out of there. They're coming for you. And he was bang on.
Insane map awareness. Mech finished up now for the Underlord. Fiend's Gate is available. As you said, they tried to use this. They're trying to smoke. They're trying to use this coil off cooldown. Not able to find it just there. Able to get some farm up. Yeah, Watson, in the moments that pass, when he gets some downtime, when there's not this fighting, you see he's just trickling a little bit ahead of that Venge.
He is. We'll see how much the Echo helps him keep up.
We will.
The Echo, of course, it's nice. It's cool. Get that double hit with the Soul Strike. Very cool. I like it as well because I know that this is a world where some viewers will be tuning in and they'll be like, why has this Venge brought an Echo? What is this? There's definitely a non-0% of people that are gonna say that. Gonna think
Also,
that.
oh, no. I didn't point this out earlier because I thought they'd grab it, but the Wisdom Rune from the 7 minutes is still left on the far left side there for Quest. So it's fermenting.
Cooking. Yeah, it's cooking.
And that's pretty. I mean, when your supports are able to still be able to make like a lot of these aggressive moves early, it's a big deal. Yeah, they have the Weaver who doesn't ever need 6, obviously, but yeah, Omar has been able to do a lot even without grabbing Wisdom Rune. So.
I mean, do you take it 40 when it's medium, or do you wait till 21 until it's well done?
It's going for the 21
if you manage to hold it there for 7 minutes, you know, what's an extra 7?
It's a risk. It's a risk. No one has Orchid ready, looking to make these plays with Katomi. Same as last game. Stick these two together. And Katomi is close to Shard, which was pretty much the thing that let no one play super aggressive all game.
Well, Omar, he's been a bit cheeky here. I mean, he's trying to tease around with no one. No one's definitely a bit hesitant to fully commit on towards the Willow.
I mean, he kind of just faked them out, though. He was alone with the Weaver. And there it is, the double Wisdom noob. He'll be like, thank you very much.
Yeah, let's put him
full level for the puck.
Clean level and a half or so ahead of the Storm.
Yep.
With that pickup. Who was the lowest? Who else got the XP on the team? Was it? And they're pretty similar, actually, on Martin Carlos. One of them got caught up to the other.
I think they split it.
Oh, maybe.
I think one got it, then the other got it.
Yeah, that could have happened.
I didn't quite get to see. We also do see Ducalis was able to finish up a Spirit Vessel, so the supports on the side of Quest are getting a bit more farm on the map too, at least in this early game.
TI13, yeah, will be this Echo and then getting the Ags as soon as you can.
Yeah. That I don't think you can deviate. Unless you do literally troll and go Battle Fury, and then
Yeah, don't do the Battle Fury, as I said. It's bad. It's really bad.
How many did you buy?
I did it for a few games, and then I was party with Sheev, and then she called BSJ and told him to tell me to stop playing Venge Carry. And then to his credit, Brian was like, well, actually, Venge Carry can be pretty good. I was like, thank you.
That was a bit of a weird one there. They jump onto Malik, who's unbelievably tanky, and he just turns and pits right on top of DM.
He's very close as well. He was going to start building into this pipe. He's getting into very beefy boy territory.
Get them all. Pipe, Greaves, even a Crimson Guard this game. I think it's
game
good.
for it.
Yep. Versus the CK. Definitely going to have Mary.
Oh, to TI13, he's hesitating on the Axe. He wants to get the Manta before the Axe.
Ooh.
Okay. Hey, to tell you what, actually, funny enough, when I was talking to BSJ said Manta's a must. He was like, you got to get Manta. Okay. He said you got to get Manta first. He says,
I haven't
seen farming. You can push out waves with your illusions. They'll clear pretty good. They hit pretty hard. It's if you're playing the carry, you do want to get the Manta early on. So yeah, TI13. He's been watching the BSJ vids, I'm sure.
But then definitely needs an Aghanim.
He will. Oh, absolutely. After the Manta, 100%, you got to get the Aghanim.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm a little torn on the Manta. I gotta be real with you. I think Aghanim adds you like a timing that you fight with, but I don't know. I mean, if you're playing as like a literal like the way Brian plays, where it's like I am the one, right? Like yes, right.
He's switching back. He's going back for your Ags.
I don't know. Whatever. Either way, they're both good.
He's definitely going for the Ags now.
I personally like the Ags better.
Yeah.
Because the Ags, if he dies, which is very likely in the fight, he'll at least be back, and he's versus a CK and a Storm who can pop him pretty easy. That's the way I'm thinking about it. Is the fighting. But I know Brian would think about it more about the creep hitting, so.
About the farming, exactly. So, which obviously Manta's going to speed up, yeah. But he said, well, the tempo that they're playing, the timings are just so important. You want to get the Ags.
That's how I feel, but I could be completely wrong.
No, I mean, you're right. He's gone back for the Ags, as I said. He's picked up the staff, so doesn't he just want to finish the Ags first? Maybe we'll get the Manta afterwards. We'll see.
I feel like with Ags, they can look to fight, look to go for like a Roshan or something. With Manta, they're going to look to farm.
Yeah, you don't want to do that against this CK, right? Because Watson, he's having a great time. He's having a great time.
Bottom, perhaps another catch, though. They are getting some nice ones here where they're split off. DM.
No. Yeah, get the real onto DM. Fishman, he's going to drop the black hole onto Malik. I mean, Watson's coming in with the damage, and I tell you what, he's got it.
They've got it.
He's able to bring down this Underlord. Quest, they've got to back up with the rest of them. When you see your Underlord die that quickly, the rest of you, you're noping out of there. You don't want to stick around.
Good job,
2000.
DM. Just tanks
Good
it, got
swap.
him.
I tell you what, easy setup. Into the silence. No one was not ready for that. Did not expect, I guess, TI13 to be in and ready to set up like that with the swap. It's a quick move, gets the kill, and that gold's going to put TI13 very close to having the Aghanims complete.
Venge is definitely a much more exciting hero to watch and everything when you
it
see
is.
the coordination plays. Like, these type of coordination silences are really cool. And we will
Absolutely.
definitely see the combos of, like, the fears and the coil swaps and whatever at some point in this game.
It's definitely high risk though. You got to keep these plays
Sure.
coming. You slip behind, and suddenly, as fun as the 20-minute of gameplay has looked to be at the start of the game, when the reality is there's been another core, another carry on the enemy team hitting creeps the whole time, things can get kind of rough. So they've got to keep this up, Quest.
Yeah, agreed. Keep up these kills, keep up that pressure going, keep looking for any type of setups when people are playing, especially when they have some cooldowns on their spells. Stampede on cooldown 15, Black Hole for 100. So right now, Quest have pretty much everything available. Fiendscape is up in 10, so Malik can look to join the fray.
Or TI13, he's looking for a chance in mid, but DM quick to blink out.
Yeah, they still want to look to play this fast
You
line
gotta
of
push,
taking
you
the
gotta
towers.
push.
Yeah,
Gotta maybe
Malik
start-
has the full Crimson for the next fight too, so that
Okay.
could change things in the next fight too.
TI2000, obviously, yeah, but
Oh,
disassemble the Echo to get the Ags complete. He'll go back for the Echo after that's done, so he'll just make sure that he has the Ags in case anything does go down sooner. Top lane, they're going to look for the
DM
setup
again.
again, and Malik, he's ready to come across and help out. So he'll be able to get the Stampede off. The coil is there. DM, is he getting away this time, though? He's got the Swan charges, and he's out with the blink.
Radiant are
I mean, they could continue to try and
Dude.
search for him, but he's got his TP up in a few seconds. They won't find him, so DM,
I-
he'll get away from that one.
I don't understand these Necro books. It just ran to the neutrals instead of hitting him. It literally didn't even look for him. It was on top of the centaur, and then the Necro books just ran and hit the trolls.
I see. Sounds
I need
like
to
an
test this
inside
more.
agent. These
I need to
Necro
test
books.
these Necro things because I've tested it a ton.
Who's
and
paying
I'm-
these guys?
I don't know. Whatever. Just something random to point out. But yeah, I mean, DM gets away versus like a 3-man plus a Fiend's Gate plus like it's a lot expended.
That is a lot. Yep.
That he could look to strike back off of that if they want to. But I mean, Watson is probably like, I am free farming on CK, and I'm playing versus Venge carry, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Watson's
'cause
having a
as
great
we,
time.
you know,
It's-
the downtime of you just look at his net worth. Yeah, but the thing is
Yeah.
though, there is other hero scaling, right? There is a Storm and the Underlord, or sorry,
There
the
is.
Puck and the Underlord.
There is. This Roche
But-
is going to help out a lot, keep things going in their direction. They're going to head into the pit.
Okay. Yep. I like it.
And,
Fine
Fishman,
Fishman on the side.
it's going to require a Dream Coil, and he has got the black
He's got the
hole.
Lotuses.
He's just able to turn it.
Oh.
That goes horribly wrong there for Noob. I mean, they're looking for no one. They should get him at least. They get the swap back, and he's out of mana. So Quest able to avenge their Puck's loss a little bit.
But he took the Wisdom. No one was at least able to snag that Wisdom rune away. That was a cool play from Fishman. He's like, oh, I got mech. Oh, I have a healing Lotus. And it kind of baited him. No, Noob quite a lot.
Yeah. And cool move from Malik, of course, as well. Able to sort of get them straight back over towards the Roche pit.
Yep. They'll be able to finish that one off, so. And keep that pressure going with this.
Really need to. Watson's able to get that BKB. He will manage to definitely turn up to fights and do quite a number against them. This is going to be a scary CK.
Yeah. Storm, I mean, no one is. The thing is, I'm just still seeing the Storm struggle. That's another thing. You know, he almost has his Eternal Shroud, but it's not this BKB reveal like the last one where it's like, oh, now I'm unkillable. Eternal Shroud is going to be huge because it is a majority of magic damage on their draft early on, but
Sure.
it
I mean,
doesn't seem him
compared to
struggle a
last
little bit.
game, what do you think has changed in terms of the drafts and the way that's being played that has kind of caused no one to have such a different opening 20 minutes? Because, yeah, last time round, he picked up the action pretty quickly and started to get ahead very early.
I think it's just TI2000 with these swap plays. I think that's what I think. I saw 3 like in swap silence instant play. So just having an easier way to just get to this Storm and have.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Puck also, right? So they have built-in silence and control for him. So
So the guys on DM.
trying to get.
Swap. Stunt to follow up. Myron with the Curse Crown and the Brown Balls. Ducalis also bringing in the damage. They'll get this. That's DM gone.
Good kill. Heal him up with the Vessel as well. Give him a Lotus. Oh yeah, Malik took the Aegis too. That's actually something important to point out.
Are scanning.
Probably because he's playing opposite side of the map. Maybe they feel like he'll get ganked or something.
Yeah.
And then he can
I
like
mean, I
Fiend
guess,
Skate
yeah,
and bring his team to him.
Tier 2000's got the Axe, so, you know, death does not scare him.
Yeah. I guess Noob feels survivable enough with like Blink and Yules. He did go down the defensive route of items, so. Okay. Smoke up. Quest. Looking to hit again. Black Hole up in 30 seconds. So everything should be up for Entity.
See what Tier 2000 and Omar can find.
Let's watch these
Taking
swap
out
plays.
Fishman at the start of the fight wouldn't be bad.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I'm
there's
watching the
that black
swaps because he can use them super aggressive every time with this agonism.
They might
agonism
find
if he needs
Fishman
to.
here. It's a good... Oh yeah, swaps in. Gets himself in on the front line so he can try and get in with the right clicks, and with the Shadow Realm hit, they'll do it. Nice gap close there from Tier 2000.
That's the other thing the Ags I feel like lets you always do. Even if you, like you can just swap freely, and if you die, you're still there and stuff. So it's like, it lets you play a lot more aggressive, which is what they want to do. Which is what I mean, we've been saying they kind of need to, and they have been. They've been keeping up this good pressure. It's less than 1K. They probably want to have more of a gold lead at least. This CK is still an absolute monster, but they're getting some good pickoffs.
Tower is under attack. Dire structure.
That really is a question.
Going.
With this control as well, they're trying to set up
Nice
onto no.
fear.
They've gotten caught with the fear. The route from Malik to follow up into the Dream Coil. No one, he's dead.
What a play!
And they're going to be able to get Katsuomi picked off at the side as well.
Yeah, he's dead.
Very good stuff.
Oh, what a play
from
from Omar! Like, that was sick. And now they spot Watson.
I mean, Omar's kind of dying to the illusions. He's got to be a bit careful. Same for himself for Tier
does.
2000. He's not having a lot of fun fighting up against these phantasms. You know, this is
Oh, that
going
was
to
so
be the
cool.
problem down the line. You know, that the CK likely to be a big issue.
They at least have Underlord with that clear always. That AoE, he's got all these auras as well to at least be able to protect versus the CK's big tankiness, so. Honestly, Omar's playing like a god. 8, 3, and 8 on this Willow. I feel like he's been pretty much every single move that they've been able to find on the map.
Dire are scanning.
See where to next. Still have just a minute left on the Aegis for Malik.
I mean, Quest has done a very, very good job of slowing down the Storm's farm. As we said, Watson is still going to be a beast that they have to try to deal with in these fights, but other heroes are pretty underfarmed now at this point. The supports are even starting to gain on them.
Noob and Ducalis on the hunt.
They've got the Fiend's Gate to be able to jump in. Malik near his teammates. 30 seconds left on the Aegis. Does he have his final aura finished? He does. So Greaves, Pipe, Crimson at the ready. So it's a ton of mitigation. No one is only 1/3 mana bottom. Big get caught
Yep.
here.
He's going to start things on to Katsuomi. It's a dead Grim.
No one's TP's on
Oh, what?
cooldown. 3 seconds.
Oh.
Tower is under attack.
Oh my goodness, he's going to get away with it. They didn't search
Sweating.
the pit for him. He gets out.
Another pick off the Quest. I just feel like it's them getting these pickoffs now for what feels like the last 6 minutes or so. One
Oh,
by
they're coming in
one by
behind
one.
the tower. They're using the gate to try and get a look at the route. Actually, onto the forest.
It's deep.
But they turn
It's way
with the
too
rip.
deep.
They're going to go straight for Malik. He's tried to tackle this fight underneath the tier 2. He'll pop the Crimson. He's maybe getting away with it. He's not. The rift's back up. Watson drafts him in, takes him down.
It's way too deep to put the Fiend's Gate there. Aegis is no longer in your hands. Right outside the base versus a Phantasm CK. Maybe feeling his power a little too much. He just got those item timings, but there is an overwhelming amount of damage on their side, even versus Crimson. That's 30 seconds. Gonna slow down the momentum from Quest quite a lot there.
TI13
BKB used from Watson, but yeah, they can't punish it.
He's got his Manta done, so as I say, this can give him the chance to kind of start catching up a bit and farm if he wants to use sort of push waves and such. The interesting bit is now to see where he goes with the build. You know, where do you go after these are all sort of the core items, right? The Echo, the Manta, the Ags. Pretty much get them every time when you're playing the core Venge nowadays. Where do you go now to try and continue to scale up?
Yeah, Butterfly. It used to be the old school kind of style,
There it
so I
is,
would
that's
imagine
right,
it's the
it's where
same
it's going.
thing.
Yep.
I just don't see a deviation that you can really do. The problem is you are playing versus no one with an Orchid and, you know, a CK, so they can just go Bloodthorn. That's my one
CK's
worry
very
about
close.
this build.
Yeah, CK's
And you
on
know
his way
the thing is
towards
that
it.
they always build it as well too, right? So it's not like, oh, CK's building this unorthodox, but it's a natural build-up. So maybe we'll see TI13 divert away from it, but I'm trying to think of what's a better item, and there's not really a whole lot of them.
Radiant are scanning.
No one, as his Kaya finished up. As you said, his farm has gotten slowed down massively at the bottom of the course. Quest looking to get a kill here to regain
There's
momentum.
the swap. Opening things on towards DM. He's tanky, but not tanky enough to deal with this. That'll get him. I mean, Ducalis, he's already trying to scout things out potentially behind the tier
Watson's
2.
here.
Pretty aggressive from Ducalis, and it'll only end in his own death.
God, Watson, this is so scary. 7-1-1. CK pick completely different than the other two CKs we saw in this series so far. And they're smoking off of that kill.
They might catch Malik mid. That's
Just
rude.
immediately
Jump across
onto
there
him.
for no one. They're in with the control. They'll use the fear to try and push the back, but Watson's ready with the BKB. Pops the BKB so he can continue to try and stand his ground. The coils come down onto the three of them. TI13,
No one's
he's
going
ready
down.
to step over. Magic missile into the swap on towards the storm. No one is dead.
Fiend's Gate to cut them off. Hitomi TPing out. And Watson will get away. Nice bait from Malik. He walks right into him, but then Crimson gets popped. This time, outside of the base, he's safe. No Phantasm losing back onto him this time. And no one dies again. 1 in 7. Complete different performance this time on his Storm. They have the answers for him. These pits, these little brambles. I feel like he's going to swap like 8 times into a silence as well. Nice fight execution. And Butterfly, I believe it is done. I think Bloodthorn is done also, but either way, I mean, that's going to be good versus everybody else, and it's going to be good when the Bloodthorn's not up. Does at least have the Manta as well to protect himself, so.
But no, he doesn't have Butterfly yet.
He doesn't have it. Okay, so I was like, wow, he farmed that really fast.
Yeah,
He's just got
no,
the
he just he did this earlier, I guess, with the Echo. He just changes the queue up sometimes. He just queues up the individual item. So yeah, he's got the Eagle song coming out.
I was going to say, damn, he got a lot out of that last fight. Yeah, he got like 5K gold.
That would have been rapid. He'd be up
Yeah.
to sort of catching up for the CK then. Still a bit of a gap between TI13 and Watson. Top lane.
Palace again.
He's trying to set things up, get some information. Watson's going to pop out the Phantasm. They'll leave Katomi behind, so the Grim will fall. Fishman as well, also to die.
Nice poke. I mean, Ducalis like forced them to pop Phantasm, and then he kind of just moves away and gets the catch on the 2 supports. That was actually really well played. I thought he would just get rifted again and get popped, but nope. And now Roshan, it's on the menu. See if they'd like to go for it immediately.
Oh, they're taking super easy.
It's 20 seconds though, so it is the 2 supports. They do respawn fast, but I think they can kill it in time. And did they just get that gem? I think they did just get this gem too, right? Yes, okay, thank you. Because I believe I saw Fishman buy it just before. So yeah, gem grabbed out immediately right after they picked it up. And into a Roche. Quest has started to gain, I mean, good momentum since the 20-minute mark. Honestly, they were able to get quite a bit of kills. Besides that one mess up from Malik outside the base with the Fiend's Gate. It's been a solid 12 minutes for them. Not losing control.
How much do you think they're going to be able to push forward with this Aegis? Are they looking to try and break the high ground?
At least tier 2. Get some control outside the map. Maybe they can poke a little bit. Force a reaction, try to get some like swap coil play. Because they do have those ways to at least insta-kill somebody. So I think they could maybe poke it a little bit. So it might just catch heroes off guard if they do look to defend one by one on the side of Entity. That's where Quest looks to go. At least send the Manta.
No one. Oh, they're going to get the silence onto the two of them.
They get a
They're able
big
to jump
jump.
both to Carlis and on towards the puck at the same time. And they're going to be ready to set up for round two. Fishman, he can drop a black hole in to be safe, and he will. They'll try and fight it. They've come through the gate. They're attempting to fight
They want to
back.
fight this?
They've got the route on towards the Storm, but TI13 is getting focused by Watson. TI1300, can he kill off? No one he can, but he himself is going to go down. The Watson's a triple kill for Watson, and he's ready
He's
to
in
clean
the
up
middle of the wall.
TI1300's illusion as well. The illusion's going to be gone.
Oh.
I mean, they wanted to try and fight that, to try and turn it around. It was a risky call to make. I mean, it's a situation where Noob was 100% guaranteed to be caught in the black hole on his second life. Ends up buying back as well for nothing.
And Entity blows it open. Watson in particular. Heart now finished, untouched in the fight. Venge is trying to fight back, but there's like 50 illusions around him.
Yeah, I mean...
That was the fight that Entity's been looking for the entire game. Quest did a great job for 12 minutes, and then one fight. Watson just cruises.
A fight that I think was, many people I feel watching as well would have felt was always going to be coming. In
Probably
terms of just the
inevitable.
Venge carry against the CK carry. One of these heroes just does a little bit more from the carry spot. I mean, as fun as the Venge gameplay is, it's just, would you rather the Venge or one of the other meta carries right now in the patch?
Yeah, agreed. But also, I mean, it's also just horrible timing for Quest too, right? Like, the butterfly is coming close. They get caught on their puck. They lose their Aegis. It is like the worst possible situation for Quest to happen. And Entity, I mean, it's the best possible situation for them, of course, after a long slowdown of them just farming and waiting for that one moment to hit. Now they've got great wards down. I believe they've recovered their gem. And they just got a huge influx on everybody. Even Noah now perhaps going to have a BKB to be able to survive in the fights too. Yeah, that was a willing fight the Quest chose to take.
They went all in on that one. And I don't think they needed to.
Really was all in. I didn't feel like either. I thought, because you're so close to Butterfly, I thought they still had like a chance of like still matching that scale if they keep that lead just stuck there, that 4K that they had. Now the fight gets quite a bit more complicated. The CK, it's literally a full nother item that he got after a fight that he didn't even get touched. So initiation for Quest has to be, it kind of just has to be there. They have to get the initiation, as we see. But not easy either, playing versus Stampede, playing versus Dispel, the Inkswell. And Watson just truly massive.
Bottom lane. Entity, we're looking for an opportunity. Don't find it.
Oh, they know where the rune is, though. And it's a big one.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Uh-oh.
I've got a
Be
smoke
careful,
just
Quest.
coming out as well. Fishman's got the smoke if they want to try for something.
And in the meantime, too, Entity, with this control of the map, look at these wards that they've been able to place. They have great vision, great control of the map in comparison. Quest has, like, no wards now after that last fight. Smoke up, Entity. They want the clash. Next fight finished.
2000. He's going to get caught by the
first.
Hoostop. He's going to be able to slide his way back to safety with the Ogre Seal Totem. Get away from DM. Watson. Oh, he's going to get a quick drag onto Dekalis. Dekalis is up in the air with the Yules. Gets the time lapse off. BKB's popped by DM. Tries to get him with the Hoostop. They get the Vortex drag back onto Dekalis. He's still alive though. In fact, Dekalis is able to get another Shikuchi. Finally gets spotted by the double edge. Malik, he's come in through the portal, but he's getting immediately torn apart by Watson.
What?
He's
That's
out
too
for
much.
80. At the CK, it was always going to be a problem, and we're now at the stage where it absolutely has become one.
A flawless performance from him. Malik just throws his body in, dies, feeds the Necro books too. I feel like this Necro didn't really do too much for him, unfortunately. He tried it out, didn't work. Now Watson onto the push, 60 seconds. Their best D push is dead.
What do you do?
How do you stop this
Taking your
CK?
base.
Okay, swap coil stops.
there's
Let's
the
see what they can do.
BKB's up. Watson is able to turn, get the stun over towards TI13, but TI13 again keeps the distance. So that's the BKB charge forced out from Watson. See how much they want to try and continue with the push here on Entity. And the control continues to get laid down by Omar between Brambles. First Crowns. It's going to cause Entity to back off. They'll take the tower and they'll retreat for now.
Swap coil, and yeah, these plays are a little bit scary at times. So they have to be a little bit careful, especially Puck's hit level 25 now. So we'll be able to pierce that immunity, and he's got Ags for some damage and the Maelstrom. No one. We'll find a regen. Yeah, but Entity, they've got everything available. So they can look to take the fight. Everybody is healthy, too, with no one with this regen. It's going to be the end-all, be-all answer. The question for them, it's can they ever kill this CK? They could probably kill most of the other heroes. Maybe isolate CK, but can they actually kill him ever? They just are definitely lacking in damage to be able to bring down Watson in particular. Unless he's literally completely isolated. Because they also don't have like a Shivas or anything for that negation of healing versus the CK. Malik, he did get his item timings at a good time, with his auras and stuff, but they decided to go for the Aghanim's rather than that like Shivas or anything.
Dire's bottom tower
Coming up to the high ground again here, Entity. At the same time, Quest seeing what they can tease out in responses. They're up to the base of Entities.
These are some Phantasm illusions getting the push going. Both sides. Quest has to respond.
Dagger as well on Fishman, so even easier for him to land the black holes.
Got the Crimson Guard at least to protect these buildings, so at least we'll be able to stop a bit of that illusion push.
Roshan will soon it's back up. 20 seconds and then we'll get to see how long or short it will be. Smoke time
He's
from
definitely
Quest.
feeling, yeah, Anthony's feeling good, so it's Quest, they have to try to catch them off guard, and right now they have a vision. They have a ward up on top of this high guard. It's going to get taken out immediately, so not going to be able to play around that one. They need like really dream initiations on Quest for the next upcoming fight.
Yeah.
And now without vision, it's going to make things a lot more complicated. Watson also, he pretty much has his Wind Waker done if he'd like to just commit for it. And he can just solo the Tormentor as well. No one will get it.
Another smoke out from Kataomi. Entity, they themselves could look for the smoke play. Very, very strong.
It's time to look for the fight into the Roshan. You know it's going to be spawning pretty soon, so Entity, yeah, they're feeling incredibly powerful right now. Did Watson spend the gold yet? He did not. So sitting on, I mean, he could buy back Boots of Travel, etc. He has his choices. Shard was picked up for TA2000, so no buybacks.
Whoa.
And here we go.
Smoke's going to dispel. On the high ground, they get the stun.
Coil, swap.
They get the Dream Coil swap. It's a setup
Ink
straight
swap
away
spell.
on towards him, but he's up in the air and he's able to put the BKB. Fishman's getting position with the black hole, and he's able to lock down the two of them. It will get put to a stop here by the Fear. Might be enough to keep this noob Puck alive, noob. Jump to the
TA's head
side,
already.
but they've lost TA2000. He's having to back up as well with the illusion. Can't afford to stick around for that fight. This all gets a little bit too messy for Quest. They try and do their best to piece things together and deal with the black hole threat of Fishman, but they only could do so much, it feels, at this point with these heroes.
Yeah. And they even get the initial, like, they get the swap coil onto no one. He gets ink swelled, it dispels the stun off of him instantly. He Yules up, and then, I mean, that was their full initiation broken. And then Watson's just like, hey, I'm full HP CK, getting untouched. He just literally free targets from target to target. 6,000 damage done from the CK. Now Watson really putting the team on the back for this one, playing phenomenal on the CK.
Nice. A lot of trouble now. 3 heroes dead on Quest. Bottom racks being taken. TI2000. 10 seconds until the real one's back up. Entity, they'll play it the safe way out. They'll take the melee racks and they're ready to back up and look for Broshan.
they can. It feels like they can play pretty chill. They don't have to take any risks now at this point on the side of Entity. They know how much they've scaled. They know the power of Watson. Even, of course, no one has gotten to the point where he has completely scaled forward now, too, after being shut down a lot in this game. He was 1-7. I mean, he's still 2-8 in this game, but he has been able to recover off of these last few fight wins, those big fight wins. And now it's Aegis and a refresher shard. Unsure if it matters. I was trying to think who's probably the best one to get it, but I don't know if it even matters. There's so many good choices for the refresher shard this game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Quest, are they near any sort of upcoming major item timings? BKB is kind of close for TA2000.
It's not going to help the damage problem, though. Clearing the CK issue. Now, the thing is, the Shivas for Malik is probably one of the bigger ones, but it's so far away. Because he got his Greaves, his Pipe, his Crimsons. It just, yeah, the Aghanims doesn't feel like it's done a whole lot for him. They also have gotten into, you know, some pretty bad situations of fights in those last few moments as well, too, after he got it, but... I guess, yeah, it would just be the BKB for the Avenge, but that's not, yeah, it's just not going to help them clear this CK. It's too much of an issue now. Yeah, and he's got Wind Waker. Wind Waker, Aegis, Ascetic Cap. Good God, how do you bring him down?
I think you do. Not the twice, yeah.
Yep. And it's not just him at this point, right? He's not the only one dishing out crazy damage. No one has hit level 25 as well, too. So just, yeah, so many different things you have to answer at this point. Kind of getting trapped in the base. Yeah, I think that's probably actually the best one. Noob, he's got it queued up. I think that's probably the more appropriate thing that they need this game now. I think that actually might feel like it is.
Oh, okay.
The needed, because they have no way to kill CK. I think this is actually the best thing that they can do.
Yeah, if he could get... Oh. He's trying to go in on towards Fishman. He's not killing him. So that's Dream Coil gone for 70.
Okay, maybe it's a Rapier and a crit. It feels like he needs both, maybe. It still feels
Either
kind
way,
of wimpy.
get that Rapier. Yeah, screw
He needs
buyback. Get the
Yeah,
Rapier.
at least
Go
he needs
buy it
it.
right now. Get that Rapier. There we go.
Because it could just be that last her off fight. Because
Get
if they,
that
okay,
Rapier.
so get some cool swap plays, right? Like swap coil, go for a target. They have a nullifier also for Ducalis. So if they full commit, they can kill targets.
Okay,
Let's just see if they can get all this.
He wants to hold buyback gold.
Okay, fine. All right, let's see. Oh, they can't get the nullifier on him.
No one, he's able to zip away. TA2000's going to put the PKB. Watson, he's got the Phantasms ready to go. Turns over towards TA2000. They get the fear onto Watson. We'll push him back for now.
The barrier blocks him out. Sorry, DM. That's not your base. They almost got the... They tried to get the nullifier play onto no one before the dispel and all this kind of stuff, but yeah, couldn't really get the entire combo onto him. It's super difficult to execute that one at this point in the game with all these different items and, yeah. But they tried it.
How far is Noob from having buyback and the gold? Still a...
He's very far from having both.
Yeah. Maybe he feels that they can just hold out long enough to allow him to have the safety of the buyback before he commits for the purchase.
Yeah, what he needs 5,600. So yeah, he needs 1,800 gold, right? Or is my math horrible? My math's horrible. Who cares? Whatever. He needs some amount of gold. He still needs quite a bit. Anything else? Let's see.
I mean, what?
Getting closer and closer to Shiva.
Don't know what he does next. It's kind of awkward. Wants to keep most of his slots. And still, yeah, it's hard to really sort of see an item that's going to help him in this sort of state of the game.
Yeah, no, agreed. Feels versus not CK, you know, perhaps, but just the fact that it's these phantasms and these illusions, they just don't have a way to deal. Because, like, yeah, I saw him, he queued up Conda. He was switching around a couple of different builds. Like, this Conda is just, yeah. It just is the build. There's not really anything else that he feels like is great, I guess. Arcane Rune bottom. No one will be able to grab that one. DM. Whoop. Whoop.
Entity. Minute and a half on the Aegis.
All lanes shoving in now. They've got this good momentum. Can look to pressure high ground here. Yeah, 60 seconds. Phantasm, it's back up right now. Playing it patient. They have an insane amount of gold on them. They have, what, 6k Centaur, 6k, 7k CK, 4k, yeah, across the board another two, so. Ton of gold being saved up, but holding on for buybacks just in case.
Entity being careful with the way that they enter into the high ground.
Just scared of, I'm just really respecting the swap plays, really, right? The swap coils and stuff like that.
They're going to try and jump now. They're in straight away. They're able to get the jump on towards TI13. They get the drag back as well with the Soulbind Electric Vortex onto the two of them. The BKB's there in time and allows TI13 to swap himself back out to safety. See on the back lines, they're dropping down the gates to see if they can come across and maybe cut them off from behind as Entity do start to retreat. Ramble onto Watson. TI2000 is going to have a swap again in 15 seconds.
TI2000 almost
lose anyone.
He almost killed himself hitting DM. Like, he's just hitting the Centaur, and I'm watching his health go down from the Retaliate. Can't actually just even focus fire the Centaur. That's a problem. Well, it was Retaliate and Rattle Cage. Sorry.
They do defend, and they, you know, during the phase where the Aegis was live on them, on Entity,
True.
now the Aegis is timed out. So they are definitely getting close to the timing and the gold required for Noob to have such luxuries as buying the Rapier and still having buyback available.
Oh my god, he took the run. Oh, I'm going to have to yell at DM. I'm just saying, I really thought that he was going to do the Retaliate Aura. He's playing versus Puck Aghanims. Don't you just Retaliate Aura and you run in and he dies instantly? I've seen it before. But okay, whatever. He took the hoof stomp. Maybe he didn't think about it, but he probably doesn't need it. But like, I'm telling you, I've seen this before. I think I saw it in the one of the China games that someone got one-shotted. He blink Ags coiled and died instantly versus a 25 Centaur.
I mean, especially when you have a CK, right, who, of course, got an incredible amount of strength, so the Retaliate's going to be a lot coming off the CK.
I mean, it's probably something he didn't think about at the time because the other talent's just so good. But
you normally don't take the Retaliate one, right?
Yeah.
You normally want the extra timing on the stomp duration.
But I have seen occasions where it's just absolutely ridiculous. So, I mean, whatever. It's just a small little nitpick, but it could have been really funny because I legit have seen it kill Pucks almost instantly. Especially Pucks because of the Agnes.
Oh, here we go.
And there we go.
He's got it. Let's
see. Baby.
Noob's ready to go. He's looking at his Venge and he's like, well, you ain't going to carry the game, so it's all up to me.
Is this enough?
West. How much gold is he away from buyback? Because 200 gold, so he pretty much has buyback as well, Noob.
He does, yeah. Oh, I thought that was 60 minutes. So I was like, oh, we missed the last 10 minutes. What happened? Because it goes daytime. I was like, wait. No 60-minute items just yet. 50 seconds till Roche. Power Rune spawns bottom.
They're stepping out of the base. West. TI2000 showing on the wave, feeling confident. The backup behind him. You're also going to show, I mean, Entity are kind of coming in from the side. DM.
They should see this Rapier now. They should have just seen it.
Yeah, I think they're pinged on the wave.
Okay.
Scans hit, so Quest know that Entity's up here.
These waves are dealt with. They have Eidolons pushing top, they have Phantasm Illusions pushing mid, and bottom's naturally pushing in. So eventually, I mean, Quest, you gotta take the fight. See what they catch.
Well, they see nobody with the swap. Straight into the Dream Coil. They're going to try and open things up on the walls. No one can they take him down. The BKB's there. Stampede as well. No one's able to get away from it all. And on the side, Malix gets turned towards. They focus the Underlord first. They'll bring him down. See if they're able to get in with the puck. No one's going to be very careful. How he enters into this fight. They've lost the two of them, and they've had to come straight in with both of them buying back, Malik and Omar. Not able to take anyone down from Entity in return. And,
it's so difficult. For them to execute that play, it has to be like every little thing layered perfectly, like Nullifier plus the swap coil all at the same time. It's just too hard to do. No one gets the bailout from the Inkswell again. And yeah, 2 buybacks, expensive. I mean, any hope of them getting... Actually, they're still getting close to the Shivas, but any hope of them getting, like, another item and stuff, it has really slowed down a lot there again. Poor Omar.
Yeah, Watson's able to get his Ags online now. Have the
Oh,
money
boy.
for that.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. And that's going to add another layer of impossibility for them to even kill the Storm as well. Another way for him to just, like, disjoin and be even more impossible to kill. Oh.
They're going to try for DM. Is
All right,
this
he's
happening?
tanky.
It ain't happening.
TI13's killing himself.
Uh-oh. Time to run. He's still considering trying to turn for this, but I don't know if you can stick around. The backup comes in or throw out another magic missile, but the Stampede's been popped. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I mean,
Black hole? They got him.
Died, yeah. They got him.
We didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's rough.
I was looking at DM. TI13 just literally was killing himself. He can't touch the Centaur.
And now no Rapier dream for the puck. The Rapier is
DM.
gone. Watson's ready to play with it, and he's ready to close it up. Down the mid they go. There's going to be a buyback available for Noob, but we'll see if it matters at all.
DM is just...
Watson's in. Going for TI13. Put the fear on the illusions at least. Also pushing back Watson. Jump forward as well with the Dream Coil. Again, though, no one's able to dance out with the Wind Waker. They are bringing him down. In fact, they've got him.
They got him.
They've got him.
Rapier
They've got
retained.
the Rapier back. The Rapier returns into the hands of Noob. TI13, he's kiting out DM.
Another one.
They're going to get the catch on to no one. They're looking towards DM. DM with the BKB TP out. He'll make it out of there, but they managed to hold. The buyback comes in, and they get the Rapier back. How?
Buyback from Noob.
Fogged?
They got him isolated. I think
Yeah.
they had nothing remaining. And Katomi is the one who's been bailing him out every single time. I think Katomi's been bailing out a lot of people, and this time they don't have that bailout. They're able to get
that's
their
wild.
Rapier back online. That
How?
was
I
huge.
mean, to go from that position of losing your Rapier in the mid lane in the river and then getting it back just like that. There is hope still
many
alive
fires?
here for Quest, and now maybe even a Roshan.
I think he's got also was like stuck in the fire. I was like trying to look at what else did all this damage. The Pit of Malice talent 25 just kept him in Firestorm too, and Shiva's just finished for Malik. So another good hold and another lifeline.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, look how much gold now they have. Look, they have 6K on the TA2000. And they still have a ton of gold left over on Entity that they hadn't spent from before that I was talking about, like 6K, 5K, 5K, etc. But all right. See what Noob can do. Now Noob has the Refresher Shard as well and a Wind Waker. So now he has the double kind of coil plays too, and more ways to be able to bail himself out. Still will die if he gets caught in literally one disable. But let's see if he can make this magic happen. Conda's finished. TA2000 actually was able to finish up another item after all this too.
Entity. Everybody's back up. They've regrouped. Now playing into the Aegis of Quest, they may have to be a bit more careful than they were before. Still these two melee barracks standing between them and Mega creeping against Quest.
They're still hanging out to so much gold on Entity. Just really not wanting to spend up even on Fishman. He has 5K. Like, no, and he pretty much has his Hex also finished. DM will spend the gold. Just really wanting to make sure that they can buy back and, I guess, have those extra lives for the upcoming fight.
We might get to see those 60-minute items.
We might.
Getting close, 55 minutes.
Some pretty crazy ones this game, too.
Yep. Yeah, well, what are the big ones?
There's, I don't know. I mean, Giant String is always going to be crazy for CK, of course. But Arcanist Armor can always do some crazy stuff versus both lineups, especially versus some, like, Puck Rapier damages that are kind of kicking in.
Can Quest make an aggressive
Real
move
fun
with this
one.
Aegis?
Shield rune for DM. All right, stay away from DM. Casual 10,000 HP without including the armor.
Noob Does feel like he's got to get the BKB then with that queued up. Doesn't feel that he can go for kind of the crit build yet.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's one stun and he's just dead. So this could
Nearly
maybe
level
let him at least
30.
play around Wind Wakers, and yeah, and he's almost 30.
Yeah, highest level in the game right now.
How are these hexes looking? Because that's the other like the Sables were a little bit hard sometimes on Noob to catch, but now I believe there's at least one of the hexes, right? Katomi has his finished. I saw no one had bought at least one of the components for his, so he should at least have his finished too. So extra forms of catch for the puck pre-BKB. It's a kind of a perfect game 3, I feel like. It's even though it's been like very Anthony kind of dominant for the last 10-15 minutes or so, that early game from Quest was good, and now you know, rapiers can change anything. High ground rapiers plus swap plays.
Yeah, it's just going to be big respect to Quest if they can get the win with this carry Venge.
Yep.
TI13 has been a very different kind of game compared to the other two so far this series. Maybe it can all come together, even during the later stages.
TM. Some good wards right now from the side of Quest. Scouting out a lot. They see DM, they see the illusions, so they can play around this. Tell me. Getting vision of his own. Trying to get info.
DM. Leading the way, bringing this wave now down the mid. Fishman trying to get close towards the base. With Quest, they're still looking for a fight outside of their base.
Whew. 2 minutes. Tense moments. Oh, look at that illusion rune. Nice little Wind Waker play. A lot of CK illusions.
Noob's doing a good job of cutting the creeps here in mid each time, but the bottom wave has pushed up.
Jesus, so much current gold on everybody. Everybody's so rich.
See another smoke up. DM. Gonna find the
That's
chance
probably one of the
to
cooler
jump.
uses.
Yeah, in Watson.
One of the cooler
Really,
uses of
they're
a banner
so
I've
close.
seen. They use this banner completely defensively for the whole 5 minutes, and it's actually really helped hold this bottom wave since the creeps can't actually
Loma.
push through their waves.
Oh my goodness, this game's getting tense. Buybacks are going to be
It
up
is.
pretty much across the board. We're just short of the pucks buyback for a minute and a half. Everybody else has theirs.
Oh, speaking of the puck,
Noob.
also Noob.
We can chase him in. No one's trying. We'll be
They
able to
got
get him with a
Katami.
jump. Phase shift, but the
Got the
Hex
Hex.
is ready. Straight away, and that is Noob gone. His buyback is back up in a minute. So we'll only
But no
be dead
rapier.
60 of these seconds.
He won't have a
60 of these
rapier though
120
for
seconds.
unless he buys and has weights.
That's... I mean, he can do that, but he can be back in the game in 60 if he doesn't spend up.
Let's see, he's sending his
Oh
courier.
my,
He
he's
spent.
spent up. Oh, no, no,
Wait,
no, no,
he may be
no.
changing his mind.
Yeah,
Too bad, though.
Oh, no, he's not changing his mind.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we'll see. So he, as
Can
I
they end
said,
the game?
Because it's going to feel kind of rough if they do. It's going to be the jump in. They're in onto Malik. With the fear of in return, Fishman's in with the black hole.
TA.
He's got the black hole locked down onto TI13 and onto Ducalis. See if they can take out the Venge. TI13 is able to swap out to the side, get the BKB off. He's going to be gone the once, but now the illusion's ready to fight. The buyback comes out quickly from Omar.
Illusion's in trouble.
And from Malik. TI1300, his illusion needs help. They're trying to get him back out to safety. They will manage to do so. He's considering another swap play.
The Raxes are
Find
dead
the
though.
target though. The mid lane, the top lane, it's all gone now. The mega creeps are up here for Entity. No one. He's in with the jump, in with the Hex. The swap save. TI1300 getting his Weaver back up to safety. The buyback is there from Ducalis as no one's able to chase, take him down. No one popping the BKB. DM getting held close towards the Phantom, but he's so tanky, just standing here as this wall
Buildings.
between them and the rest of the team. Watson pulls in Malik, grabs in the Underlord as he's out for 2 minutes. No buyback on him. The tier 4s are falling. They've got what, fortification to play with to try and keep the second one alive. Buyback comes in now for TI13. And as you're just right, if the Rapier hadn't been purchased, he would have had buyback now. There's still 20 seconds. Maybe he'll get away with it. Maybe he'll live to see another day here, Noob.
But TI13.
TI2000. It's the first time round they'll be able to bring him down pretty low, and Dekalis as well, he's gone. See if they can kill off the illusion as well. TI2000 is going to be able to swap himself out. Omar with the Shadow Realm Blink getting away from this. 5 seconds until the puck's back in. They'll use the fear to try and push them away, but I think there's Watson coming in with the sweet Manta dodge, continuing to focus down the Ancient. Puck, he's back in the game, Noob. He's trying to kill them all off, trying to do what he can, but he's been caught by the Hexakataomi. It is over. GG is called. Entity will take this series, knocking Quest down 2-1.